What's up? What's up? What's up? It is your girl Survivor Speaks, and I am actually testing out a new system that more than likely I am going to be using. You see what time of morning it is. I look a little rough, if I do say so myself. I don't even know if you guys can hear me or anything. I know there was one person in the camera when I started because I started a live a little while ago. I wasn't sure what happened with it because I wasn't able to see it on um my end. So this is a test, and that's why I'm glad I hope no one's on here because I'm actually just going to be writing down some questions that I'm going to have some clarity that I need to get. And so I don't see. I'm gonna go just check here to see. I have a nice little reveal that I'm going to do now because I know that once I'm done, I'm not sure if you can see me, but once I'm done, I am. You will be able to see what I'm going to reveal, and hopefully, um, my boy over there, that in the hybrid, in the other hybrid gang. Hopefully he could get up and be like, hold on, wait a minute, when you do that. And then we'll talk about it when we link up and tell you all the nonsense and the stuff that I've been through. Okay. It's been a long day, people out here. For me, like I said, I'm learning new things to bring you better content. And it is just it is real out here in these streets. However, this builds character, right? When you can turn on the camera, you're testing and you're unsure of what's going to happen. It builds character. And so, I'm here. You don't see a name. You don't see a name. You don't see not. You don't see anything. You just see Survivor Speaks, and I'm in the Survivor Speaks studio. Okay, I'm in the Survivor Speaks studio. So I'm here, like I said. Wow. So I got some new subscribers. Welcome to you all. Thank you for coming over here and possibly checking me out. Give me a chance because I'm trying to bring you a better experience. I know exactly where these followers came from. The lead attorney, thank you so much. Anything helps. So I do know that a lot of the new prescribers. Lord, I need one. Why am I up? Testing a system this time of morning because nobody's on. And so, what a better way than to get up? I've been up. Get online, make a video because you're testing the system that you're thinking that you're possibly going to switch over to. Now I think I am going to switch. I just need to talk to some people that talk to some people that talk to some people. Like, anyway, I've been networking like crazy. And it is a thing. And I thank all the people that support me, all of my mods. Melanie Jones said so. She's not here all the time, but that she's my day one mod. She is a content creator with 3 channels, so I do understand. And she has about 1,000 ranges. So, girl, when you ready to come on back over here to the other side, when you got time, when I'm live, whatever, however that goes, I catch yourself on the replay because I've been out here in the streets, like learning new things. Because I don't want to like give you halfway. And I want to say the last 2 weeks was very, very it was a struggle for me. And so I did take the lead attorney's class, like course, excuse me, the basic course. I did take that, but 2 months ago, right, I started implementing some of the things that I learned. It's a great course. Um, so he made it easy because I want to say around the time of it was a YSL trial not too long, like about, I want to say it was 2 months ago. People were asking him, like telling him, like, I want to take your class, I cannot afford it. And that's understandable because people, the economy, has let us down. A whole lot of things, has let us down. And shout out to Lead, because the Lead is going to tell you, whatever your situation is, whatever it is that you're going through, start a channel. I had started my channel. I had my channel for a very long time as a subscriber, but I'm like, I don't even watch TV anymore. I am always watching a trial or a true crime series. So, Lead, if you do see this, I know that I had stopped by today because a lot of times I have to catch your stuff on the replay. So I'm going to say this loud, live, and in living color. Don't strike my channel because I did do a live and shared. It was a very important interview that you did with Kayla Bumpus. And I was struggle streaming, Lead. I was struggle streaming. I was struggle streaming. It was horrible. But my members and my moderators, so I said shout out to Melanie Jones, said so. She is my day one moderator. She has a channel, Melanie Jones says so. I don't recommend anybody go over there with any foolishness because she is from New York and she's going to give you that whole that New York energy. And some people can't take it. So I'll go over there to and subscribe to Melanie Jones says so at your own risk, or she has a show called Mel After Dark. I have been catching it on the replay. I think she may have changed the name. I am not too sure about it, but if I'm up and I'm not doing my own live or something, and I'm up and I'm like, oh, Mel is live tonight, I'll go over there and I'll hang out and in the chat and watch, until I fall asleep. But for some reason today, I guess I'm just excited because of the big reveal I'm going to reveal in just a few minutes. Just give me some time. I'm just, like I said, testing out a system. You see in the title is test, or this is a test. I forgot what I put in there, but that's what it is. But I'll Lead, like, so just to tell you, so my channel is basically I love true crime. I am a true crime buff fanatic, interrogations, whatever. This is why I started doing content. I got sidetracked a little bit. The algorithm pulled me into a different sector because I still do watch. I have my favorite content creators in that sector as well. But Survivor Speaks is a true crime buff, and that's what I'm interested in. I may share some trending topic news every now and again, but the main focus of my channel is true crime. And I'm something caught my eye. I'm so sorry. So that is horrible. But so, true crime, and I do spread awareness for breast cancer. I am a 17 plus year breast cancer survivor. So, Lead, I don't, I know it was brief, and then you were on for a moment. You just, decide to push the button because that's what you do. That's what you do. You push the button. You push the button and get on here and say what it is that you have to say. And I just want to say thank you for making the program, the course, and you know, giving us some wisdom about these YouTube streets and wanting everybody to win lead. So for that, I'm gonna have to give you a round of applause. The course is well worth it. The course price is well worth it. And guess what the lead has done? Okay, I'm like, okay, you clapping a little too loud. Wait, lead, hold on. No, that wasn't loud enough for the lead because I'm talking about the lead attorney, y'all. Okay, so what Lee did was, and this is what I love about him because he is very transparent when it comes to this whole game. So when you go by the course, you might look at it and be like, oh my God, it's expensive. It's way cheaper than what other people are teaching. And lead is the type of person that he'll tell you he doesn't do all this fancy nonsense. He comes and he goes. And so I have a new respect, for lead, with, I'm not going to say it, even though he said it, with all that he's going through, that he still musters up a smile and courage and comes on YouTube and gives it what he got, what he has for the day. And and even if like he's like struggling through it, like I don't pick up on it. Like that. And so shout out to the lead for, showing what's possible, teaching what's possible. And this is what he did for you guys, y'all. He actually the program used to be a little higher because I saw it before. So I did see that the price was dropped. But guess what? If you go on and watch his channels and you're gonna buy the course right out, he runs these specials all the time where he takes like $230 something off of the price of the course. However, if you still don't have enough money to pay for the course, so the lead was, his viewers are like, listen, we want to take the course. You keep telling us to start a YouTube video, but we cannot afford it. So what did the lead do? What did the lead attorney do? The lead attorney set up a payment plan for y'all, so there is absolutely no excuses about why you should be getting in the game. Because the people that we go and clock in and clock out for every day, they don't care. They don't care. I was laid off 2.5 years ago from my job for 15.5 years, and I was not thinking that was going to happen. But it's okay. I have a new job in the same field, more responsibility, and less pay. Less pay? What's going on with that? What's going on with that? And so yeah, so now I'm trying to set myself up, to do this thing. And you know what? Normally, when one of my mods pop on, shout out to my mods, Child Diggy. I have FFS as a mod. Them two right there, I can just be quiet and just like. If people thought that Melanie Jones is no joke, they want to get you together, roast you, and then get you up out of here. And my girl Loa from Canada, love you, Loa. Loa, you might even be in the comments. I might not see it until, I get off. Factual Lie out of the UK. It's not my mod, but is a member and a subscriber, supporter of the show. And she's from the UK. So you may be up. You may be up right about now. Like I think it's like dark over there, and it's over here. It's But shout out to Factual Live from the UK. That is my road dog. Like, on a couple of occasions, it was me, Factual Live, maybe Loa in the chat, like, talking about true crime. And I love them for that. And so I also have Flesh of the Gods. Y'all better get over there and subscribe to Flesh of the Gods. Flesh of the Gods content is on a whole different level. You hear me? A whole different level. He has a membership tier over there. If you're interested in learning how to do what he does, definitely go over there and check him out. He has a very friendly chat, an interactive chat. I saw somebody just give me a thumbs up, but I don't know who it is because I'm testing out a new system. I saw the thumbs up come across, but I'm getting ready to reveal something that's really, 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 that's awesome. But I can't see who's in the chat right now. I don't know if it's one of my mods or it's just a subscriber that's up or if it's a member. But whoever you are, hello. Thank you for being here. And I'm just going through this thing blindly. But I was at the point where I was saying, listen, Flesh of the Gods, you want to get over there and you want to subscribe. I cannot say enough about Flesh of the Gods. He's been helping me so much. In my next big reveal, I hope that may be him. And oh, wait a minute, I see some. Hey, Sapphire Ridge News. So I do see the comments. Thank you for being up this time of morning, Sapphire. And thank you for tapping in. My boy Sapphire Ridge News is here. Go follow him. He's starting his channel. And I want everybody to run over there and support Sapphire. He's such a gentleman. And I love Sapphire Ridge. And I don't want nobody messing with my Sapphire Ridge, okay? I get a little heated, but I try to stay out of mess. Sapphire, I was over there on X the other day. I had somebody said something, but you handled yourself so well. And I had to think, because I was like, wait a minute, hold on. You're not talking to my Sapphire. You're not talking to my Sapphire Ridge. He has a right to say whatever he want to say, but you already had got them together. And that's something that I've worked on. And so I was like, you know what? Delete. Because it was not nice. But I don't really. You're welcome, Sapphire. I don't like anybody playing with my Sapphire. Don't do that. Don't do that. And Sapphire, I'm excited. I cannot wait. The time is coming. I need to check and see where, what they saying, where things are. You know what I'm talking about. I can't wait till you get it and tell me all about it. Just shoot me an email like you do. I didn't check my email all day today. By the way, I've been working on something for like 2 or 3 days in between Flesh of the Gods, doing his channel the way he does. And, I'm grateful for Flesh of the Gods because he's a godsend to me. He supports me, so I definitely support him wholeheartedly, 100%. Sapphire Ridge supports me. I definitely support him 100%. Cat Knight Williams is also a moderator on this channel, even though she's all over YouTube. She's all over YouTube helping people grow their channels. If you don't know who Cat Knott Williams is, Cat Knott Williams has a channel here on YouTube. She is currently has 30K subscribers. She did a great job covering the YSL trial. Of course, I was working during the day while that trial was going on, but I had her in my ears and I could interact. I would interact, but I would be in the bushes. Yes, Sapphire Ridge, I'm about to show something. That he showed me, and we were on together, but I'm about to show you something and you're probably gonna be like, what? So that's why I'm telling people to take advantage of Flesh of the Gods membership to learn how to do what he does. But I can't explain it to you. You have to see it. You have to see it. And I told him the other day, and I'm not saying it just to be saying it. I think that his content is up there with Mr. Beast. He doesn't do all of the, the action packed stuff that Mr. Beast does over there. But as far as just watching his channel, Nightbot, thank you for popping up, Nightbot, because I need to turn you off. But know what? You know what? I don't have no mod here right now, so you're good. I'm not all right. I didn't turn you off. It's not too many people up this time of morning, and I'm supposed to be to work the more. I normally go to work at 8. Imagine that. That's why I'm trying to set myself up. Because I like to work for myself. And so yeah, and YouTube is, giving those opportunities. YouTube is owned by Google. There is a lot of opportunities out there, but a lot of times the technology is a little complicated. And so the system that I'm using right now, it's Ecamm. You have to have a Mac in order to use Ecamm. So you can have it can be a laptop, it can be an iMac, which is an all-in-one, which my husband got me an early um Christmas gift. Let me see. Hold on. I gotta find a good one for him. Let me see if I can find a sound effect. Let me see if I can find a sound effect because he went on a boys trip this weekend. It was crazy, and I got the computer like the next day. It was just like, well, okay then. So I'm not only trying this new system out. It's not. I had a Mac laptop. It's totally different. So, Sapphire, that is my prayer. That is why I'm sitting here at what time is it in the morning? 4:18 a.m. testing out a system because there is so much that you can do in Sapphire Ridge. We'll get into that and talk about that even without a Mac. And I'm not sure they have something called Stream Deck. Not sure if you've heard of it. But it does a lot of things by just pushing the button. But with Mac and Ecamm, it's kind of like all integrated. But I'm not a techie, so I might sound like I'm a techie, but I'm not. Cause Flesh of the Gods, he probably like I'm about to just pull my hair out. You don't understand me, but I'm being nice. But no, Flesh of the Gods is a godsend. He's a sweetheart, and so I bother him when he has time, but he normally checks on me, and I like that about him because he checked on me like nothing yet. No, but I got it, Flesh. I got it, and when you get up tomorrow, I hope you take a little quick glance at the video, and you're gonna see that I did the unveiling during testing, the testing of the system, because Flesh has a whole different system, and you network with people, you get to know them, and I'm like, you did what? So yeah, he built his own computer system, so I should have known. But anyhow, I love this. I love the iMac. I was having so many issues with streaming. 4 different laptops, and even like a brand new Mac laptop was my daughter's. She gave it to me, but for some reason it was lagging, so I didn't get to. I was really sad because it was like my streams are horrible. But yesterday I was still struggle streaming for some reason. My second monitor didn't come on, and now when I reveal what I'm about to reveal, like she's actually on the other monitor. Me and Flesh was trying to figure it out because he has a different system. I think I kind of figured it out a little bit, but she stays on my other monitor, and that's not going to be good. But I have another person that I network with. I love him. If you're somebody that needs some comedy relief, and you want to follow somebody that's funny, go ahead and follow Talks with 2K. You can just put his name in and it'll come up. It's T like Tom, UKAY. He is a funny individual here on YouTube. I think I bumped into 2K. How did I find him? I'm not even sure how I found 2K. I've been following him for probably like maybe 2 or 2.5 months. We've networked, we've spoke, we've talked. He is a gem. And I love him for doing what he does, with the type of big channel that he has. He always finds time to talk with people if you ask him. And his thing is, he doesn't want to charge, right? So right now, I mean, he's been on for a while. He has a very big following. He doesn't want to charge, when people ask him questions. Um, and I think that's just his way of giving back. And I think that is just so awesome because a lot of big creators will not talk to you at all. They won't acknowledge you. They won't ever click your link. None of that. So I'm happy about the fact that we talk because he has me in stitches when I need to laugh. It's 2K live, or I'm just gonna go pull up a video. He's that funny. He's that funny. It's crazy. But anyway, enough about that because I didn't mean to stay on here this long. But so I gave a shout out to all of my mods. And Kat Knott Williams, she isn't an honorary mod. I know she comes through because she's everywhere on YouTube, with a bunch of content creators that she loves. And so, being that the YSL trial is at a standstill, like she's sitting in others' chats, blessing them with memberships, interacting, and everything. So she has an honorary wrench on She has an honorary wrench on a lot of people's channels. A lot of times she just really doesn't mod. But I would believe that if she goes in a channel that she has a wrench for, and there's no moderators, then I believe that she would probably pick it right up. But she doesn't have to, because like she pours so much into to us, like like it's just like a given that I didn't ask her, I just gave a wrench. And I'm very careful about who I give wrenches to, and I did learn that in the lead attorneys course. That was a good one. He did a whole little section on moderators, how you should choose your moderators. And his moderator, his like day one moderator over there, Miss Gail, and what Miss Gail means to him. Like it was a whole breakdown. I'm like, okay, lead, all right, so all right, got you. All right, check, check, and check. And so he also gives you a list of equipment. Now, lead, I'm not buying a new microphone. I'm not doing that. I don't have $800 for the microphone that you have. I think my microphone sounds great. So, and I want to thank my husband for getting the computer, because this was a computer that is on the list of things that he has. Lead. I need to start making money like you before I can buy those lights. Right now, my ring light works fine. I have a little light over here, and I kind of like it like a little cozy anyway. But he has a bunch of stuff that he has the list for anyway. He puts the list of what he uses in his description. And so this is how, and I took the class 2 months ago. I see him and a bunch of people that use these earpods, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I'm not Sapphire. $800 for my. I'm not doing. When I saw it, I did pull it up. $800. Okay, lead. You're a retired attorney. And the money that you make off YouTube, I'm stuttering, because he's very transparent and he will show you that. He shows it on his channel. I'm not going to talk about how much money he makes, even though he makes that public. That's not none of my business. But he does. He shows it in a way not to be braggadocious. He shows it so he tells you, start a YouTube channel. I don't care. He's like, especially if you're 45 or older, start a YouTube channel. You don't need to get fancy. He doesn't have any theatrics in his video. He just presses record. But in his course, And I can't give it away for free because, that would be, that wouldn't be, great. I'm just giving some things away, but it's not really like anything that he doesn't post. I'm just talking about the equipment because um I want Lee to know I'm not buying that mic. All right. Now, maybe I'll get a hefty donor that wants to buy, but I think my mic is fine. I have the Blue Yeti. I love it. I blinged it out. I'm a bling girl. And so I have the Yeti. I blinged it out. It works just fine. But when the lead told me about these the earbuds, I bought the earbuds with this end that goes into the iPhone that I have. It works with it because I use wireless um, headbuds for my phone. However, I'm like, well, how? All right, let me go back. Let me log into my account and go over here and see. Did you tell us how? So I basically, I'm like, I was in. I went to Best Buy to get a hub because of the. Uh, this is a computer 2024, so they don't have like that's not it. They don't have like if I'm helping somebody, I'm gonna help you because if you have a Mac and you want to go, they don't have the new one. They don't have this connection. I think this is called the A. Um, but you can buy something to convert it into this connection. And I forgot what it's called. I don't know if you can see Sapphire Ridge. This connection is like the newer connections that they're making. I forgot what the name of it is right now. But it definitely doesn't have the for this. They don't have it. So I just went and got a hub. Um and it's working great. And so that's just if somebody watches the video, then you now have that knowledge. If you get an iMac, um, even my daughter has had her Mac for 3 years, I think. When COVID started, I want to say it was the second year of COVID. She was home, homeschooling. The schools are still trying to figure out how, like, the systems to use. Like, I had a laptop or whatever, but it was Christmas. She wanted it, and so we got it for her. And now she has the new iPad that just came out. So she's like, well, if you get the iPad, you can have my laptop. So I'm like, oh, great. So then I don't have to buy a new one because I was having issues with mine. And guess what? It just wouldn't do like this. So the new Apple connection, yes, you're absolutely correct. So the USB-C, this one is A, USB-A. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Sapphire. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is USB-A. The iMac comes with the USB-C. So which is this end that I showed. This end here. I don't think this is enough. I have so many connectors because I was like going through it. So this in here is the USB-C. And so that's what they have in the back. You can either get the computer with 2 or 4, but they don't have the A anymore. So you have to buy the converter. And you can get those too from, you don't even have to get those. You can get just the single ones. I think Amazon sells like the 4 packages of them if you need to convert from your USB-C to the USB-A. And maybe I'll put that. I'll put that in the link in the description because I had bought those. But I do find that when you're not logging directly into your device, it doesn't work too well. So what? So yeah, for what? So you mean that the lightning? I don't know. Like I don't know. The first one I had, I'm my son. I got it from my son, and it was and it still worked because I had the other ones I couldn't. stream from. But my old trusty Mac laptop worked. The only thing was the second monitor would not come on, and it's like struggle streaming with, just for me, especially when you're sharing different things with one monitor, it makes it very hard. But this monitor is 24 inches, and then I have another monitor. It's not a Mac, it's a Samsung. I had got it when it was on sale. I think this thing is like 27 inches, maybe. I think it's 27 inches. And so you can imagine, so this is why I need to work for myself, because then over here I have my job's equipment, and it's messing up my studio. This is Survivor Speak Studio, and I want it gone anyway. It's just a ramp. You know what? Let me stop playing about that. No, I'm not playing about wanting to work for myself and not logging in for anybody, and just logging in for myself. And that's why I'm doing a lot of background work to try to, uh, you know, do as much as I can on YouTube. But as you're building on YouTube, you definitely need to be building off YouTube. And so I'm a little sad because I am a Restream partner, and so I do use Restream, and I can use Restream through Ecamm, but for Ecamm, what I'm going to be using, I don't think the free version is going to work for me. I think I don't think, I know I can use OBS, and OBS is free, but a lot of the people, from like the research that I've been doing, a lot of the people that use Ecamm, they use OBS too. I'm just learning about OBS. I feel like Kevin Hart when he did the live stream with Kai Cenat, and he didn't know what Kai was talking about. And he like, Kai, you gotta tell me so I can, jump in like I know what I'm doing. So what do you mean OBS? Where's OBS? So OBS is not, it's something that you stream through. It's not a platform. So what was funny was, he was like, oh, wait a minute, we on OBS? Oh, you didn't tell me we was on OBS. Oh, well, so now I know what you're talking about. And it's hilarious because OBS is not the platform that he was on. Kai was on Twitch where he was streaming through OBS. It was hilarious. I like it. I love to laugh. I like comedy. So it was a good time, that stream. It was funny. But anywho, and so that's just like an update. So the system, like I said, that I'm testing out, it's called Ecamm. I like it so far, but like every video I watch, they're like, oh, it's so easy, and it probably is. I'm more of a visual learner, and even with the YouTube video, even with the YouTube video, it is not, it is a man down situation for me. So, I'm glad for networking and glad that people, they support me. And, and that has been, Flesh of the Gods has been a godsend to me. And, when I do talk to 2K, I get a lot. His setup is awesome. Sapphire, even if you don't follow him, just go over there and look at his freaking show. Like, it is just crazy. And so when I took the leads course, he had told me about the Stream Deck. So like I made a lot of sacrifices to get the things that I need, because I want to be successful at this, but I want, people to have a good experience. And so, you got to struggle through what you got to struggle through until, you're able to get what it is that you need. But right away I went and I ordered the Stream Deck, and I was having such a hard time with, and it's plug and play. And I was having such a hard time. I have the box right here. This is something that you might want to look into. They have a smaller one too, Sapphire Ridge. So all the little sounds that you hear. You know what? And you don't even need to get this. You don't even need to get this. I'll send you an email if I don't remember to send you an email because it's the wee hours in the morning. I'm probably not going to do it tomorrow. Just send me an email and say, Survivor, you were supposed to send me the Stream Deck information. Because you can, I know you can download it on your phone. It's free. It's free 99. I mean, the Stream Deck isn't if you buy it, but when you download it, it's free 99. So, do you have an Apple phone, Sapphire? Or what kind of phone do you have? Well, I know that they have it for Apple. I don't know about anybody else. It's not Stream Deck. So for the sound effects, you would get it's voice mod. And I can't even show you right now. The icon, I don't know if you use Apple or not, but if not, I think you can also download it for Windows on your computer, and you can just play whatever you want from there. You got to play around with it. I'm still learning, but the Stream Deck will play anything by pressing one button. You can set this thing up. It's like and I'm like, everybody was talking about them. Oh, okay, so you're good. So you don't need to download this because this is purchased. But if you want to use these sounds, you use it. That's kind of loud in my ear. Let me turn this down a little bit. Oh shit! Oh shit! That's kind of, I didn't mean to play that for you, Sapphire Rich. I don't know how you feel about that, but sometimes I have an OSHIT moment. So yeah, and then if somebody gives me a membership, I say that's where I'm playing it from. But you can download this on your either one of your devices. It should come up for you. It's voice mod. It should be a green. So on if you download it off of line, okay. So it's green, and the writing I think is black, and it's just a V and an M. So if you put it in, it should come right up. Because I'm using the Stream Deck, the colors are different, but I still, you still have to download it in order to use it, but you can use it from the computer. So that's just something that you'll have in your. This sound effect I actually uploaded for Sarah Boone because nobody in her family ever taught her this. Thank you, but this, so then this moment is going to be fine. We're talking about Sarah Boone that needs to change her last name back to Paulson. She's no longer a Boone, and she spells it at the end. It's Ian, not to be confused with the singer Sarah Paulson, because we don't want to do that. All right, so this was for Sarah Boone, but it's going to be used for a whole lot of other people. But this is what her family didn't teach her growing up, that sometimes that you just need to. Yes. So that Sarah Boone, apparently she didn't learn that. And so she needs to learn that. So those are just some of the sound effects. I'm just playing these for you, CFR, just so you could, have an idea. But if you're wondering where people are playing sound, there's more. So if you want to, it's a whole, it's so many things. I didn't know that was that long. I don't want to press it and it starts again. Okay, so you can, if you're wondering, that's one of the places that they're playing them from. I know that's uh, one of the. I think this is the most that a lot of people use voice mod. So they have other things that come up on Apple. So if your computer will allow, and you should download it from. Not from the Apple store, because they're going to give you something else, but you download it from Google, from the website. Yeah, it's let me tell you something. You can change your voice. I mean, it's awesome. It's so much to do and so much to learn. So I'm just trying to get some basic stuff that I'm going to use often right now, and then I'll dig into the other parts of it, because now, like, Flesh, help me with, I'm going to reveal what he helped me with. Enemy spotted. You hear that one? I like that
Enemy
one.
spotted.
So if somebody comes in my chat and
Enemy spotted.
I don't really have to do anything because I have FFS as a mod. I have Todd Diggy as a mod, and I also have Loa as a mod. So they're already in trouble. And then my mod from day one, Melanie Jones, says so. She's a content creator as well. So she comes in, but it's a lot of times she catches the replays now. She's right on the level with FFS and Chad Diggy and Loa. So I have them as mods right now. And they're awesome and do a great job. So I'm about to reveal. I don't know, Sapphire Ridge, you got a membership the other day, so you're a member. Congratulations! I forgot who gave that gift. Congratulations for being a member. Um, take advantage of the um new channel emoji that I just. Oh wow, that thing is that long. If I oh, it's about to go off, so I don't want to press it for it to start again. So I'm gonna have to see which one because I have something that should be a little not that long. But anywho, take advantage of the channel emojis. I'm going to be making more of those. But the one that's there, I just made yesterday. So Flesh of the Gods, you know, showed me how to make, some channel emojis. I had channel emojis, but nothing like, if you look in there, she's Mini. What is her name? Oh my goodness. So she's Mini Survivor, but because of the amount of characters that YouTube only allows you a certain amount of characters to make the name. So, and I kind of like Mini Survivor, but I don't even think she's Mini Survivor on there because it was too many characters. But I'm about to unveil, and you're the first and only person to see Mini Survivor in action. And I'm so proud of myself. So grateful for Flesh of the Gods. And you guys will be seeing more of what I do as I'm learning. And so I take this thing very seriously because I'm ready to fire my job. And yeah, so anyway, without further ado, I have to give the drum roll first. Let me see if I can remember which one it is. I had it already and set up, but I got frustrated before because something didn't work out. But anywho, I think this is it. Yeah, Gerard, and here is Mini Survivor. And she talks when I talk. Do you see her cape? Oh my! No, but I'm overjoyed. I'm overjoyed with the finished product. Um, and she's the first of many. She's the first. She's a channel emoji. You see, she talks when I talk. Um, she says everything that I say, and this is she can walk. Oh wait a minute, I'm not doing something right. Wait a minute, Flesh showed me yesterday. Oh no, that's not gonna work. I'm about to cut the broadcast off though. So let me just leave well enough alone. Let me just minimize that because I don't know whether I need to close it. But whatever it is, it's not working right now, and it's probably me because because he's not he calls it the whole Macintosh, you Macintosh users. And so there she is. I'm hoping that Flesh, when if he has a minute, well, I'm gonna send him a message on IG and tell him to look at this video because he's going to see her in action. He already saw her. And so these are the things that I'm learning to bring better content and different content to my subscribers, members, my family. I consider my subscribers and my members my family. And we have a running joke going, came from YSL that Cat Not Williams is Queen Slime. She is uh, the big gang, and we're hybrid gangs. Yeah, right. Go figure. We're hybrid games of Cat Not Williams. And she's the big, she's the big fish, and she's the Jeffrey Williams. And we're everybody underneath. And we're happy to be in those positions. But this is Mini Survivor here. And you will be seeing Mini Survivor. Um, Sometimes Mini Survivor may just appear and do the live, or, you know, uh she's other places. Sometimes she flies around. And I'm just happy to learn, know that much. Like, it is just like I'm so overjoyed. Nobody knows, like, little things make me happy. And this is one of the proudest moments for me. And I wish that Flesh was here too when I did this unveiling, because he is definitely the man. He is definitely the man. But I was having some hard time with getting it over him because he doesn't have a Mac. He was going by what he had, his system, but I don't even know how it started working, because what we did all of this yesterday, and I guess with Ecamm you don't have to, but she's taking up my whole second monitor. It's kind of beating the um, defeating the purpose of having the second monitor. But nonetheless, I'm still happy about that. Proud. And she has a yellow. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna leave that. You know what? That's God. That's God. There is a young man that has osteosarcoma, cancer in his jaw. His name is Isaiah Clark. He's 21. So I changed my channel emojis. So my channel emojis are the pink ribbon and the pink heart. But when I found out about Rosea, the ribbon for osteosarcoma is yellow. And so that's why you see my channel emoji, the heart has a yellow ribbon around it. That is for Mr. Rosea Clark. He is still in treatment. He's been in there for a while. They removed this part of his jaw. I'm going to be resharing a video I did for him, because he can still use the help. His mother has, she lost her job, and of course, she wants to be with her child. So I do understand. And I actually had a conversation with her, and I told, because she told me, she was like, I'm going to just try and get a job overnight. And I'm like, you can't. His treatment is 2.5 hours from where they live. His chemo, a lot of times he's in the hospital for like a week or, two, just for one chemo treatment. And then when they release him and go home, 9 times out of 10, she's rushing him to the emergency room in the middle of the night. So that is what the symbolism of the yellow ribbon is, for my channel emoji. And I just was looking at this like, oh, she has on the yellow. And so that's why I said, oh, that must have been God. And he must have known that my boy Isaiah Clark, that was made for him. He's also the reason why I started my merch shop. Sapphire, I sent you the email back. This is I broke my handle yesterday. I was showing the people and went, okay, you can't see. I got to go back to the other screen. I don't think that you can see it here. Let me go back to the other screen. So this is one of my mugs from my merch shop. And so I have it's like a podcast, Behind the Chemo Room, My Black is Pink. So it's to symbolizes breast cancer. Everything is pink. Everything is pink for me. And so that's I use the spread shop. So you said you were looking into something else. Once you're monetized through YouTube, they actually give you the option. I don't have to buy inventory. So it's the same thing that you said. So I don't buy inventory. If people place an order, they place it directly. It's through my shop, but directly with the company, and then they make the products as they order them. I donate most of the proceeds to families that are caring for a cancer patient. It doesn't have to be breast cancer. And so that was the inspiration behind it was Rosea Clark, because the video that I did for him, I didn't do it for clicks. I didn't do it for views. I didn't have any paid promotion in it. None of my stuff was anywhere on it. Um, my ending, my out, none of that was on there. It was his Cash App. It goes straight to him. It got over 11,000 and something views. However, he didn't. A lot of people were saying that they were going to donate, and I already know that. I've like kind of been through that before. And a lot of people didn't donate. And you can't make people donate. Some people don't have. You know what I'm saying? They just don't have it. But there were people that reached out to me and asked me questions. Oh, how can I do this? How? Everything is on the video. That is his Cash App. It goes directly to him. He is alert, so he does um get those things, and he does, like, he'll text me every now and again. And so I'm gonna bring him on, but I want to wait because he told me he wanted to come on here. He's my bonus son now, so he knows that I have one son, and he's my bonus son. And I haven't spoken to him in a while. There is a reason for that. I don't like to talk to him about anything that's going to make him sad, and so I haven't. I just do what I do. Nobody needs to know what I do personally. I do what's on my heart. And for everybody else, then that it is what it is. There's another YouTuber on that also tries to help from her end, and just share it out because people can donate if they want. But that is what I'm about. I'm a triple negative breast cancer survivor. 17 and a half years. It's going to be 18, 17 plus years. I'm not going to say 8 and a half. Is it a half? Yeah. It's coming. I was diagnosed March of 2008. And the end of March. The end of 2008, yeah, I had my surgery and stuff. So I've been cancer free since then. Grateful for that. And so yeah, I just get a little sad about things like that. So anywho, I didn't mean to be on here long. This was a test. Sapphire, thank you for sitting with me through the test. I'm going to bring a mini survivor up one more time. I am pretty excited about her. Hey girl, as I move, she moves. And I just see that I did not, there is a blue on that belt too. I have to see if I'll fix it maybe. Oh yeah, but I left the blue in this one too in the front. So I mean it's okay. But I'm proud of it and overjoyed. Hopefully I will have a conversation with someone tomorrow that's gonna, help me with this eCam thing because they know all about it. I'm hoping that he's feeling up to talking about it tomorrow because he just came off a trip. He was tired today. One of his members and supporters, subscribers, had death in the family, so he took it hard. So he wasn't available today, and my prayers go out to the member of his channel and out to him because he was really tore up about it. And so that is the beauty of meeting people, on YouTube that have such big hearts and such kind hearts. And those are the only people that I like around me and in my, chat. That's why I don't allow any bullying in my chat. We can respectfully agree to disagree, and we're going to leave it there as long as it's done in a respectful manner. Anything that is respectful or disrespectful or things like that, it's just going to be removed, and more than likely, you're going to be put out nicely. So just play nice. I don't over here. I go on rants regarding court cases like YSL, Sarah Boone case. I hear that I did not watch the Karen Reed case, but I'm going to. I like to do rewinds also, but the rewinds that I do, they are from before. They're just cases that stuck with me, and I've watched them over and over again, and I still watch them. The one thing that I want, and I think I'm going to cover this. I think I'm going to cover the Chris Watts case because they did not do justice in that case. Granted, he's definitely where he needs to be, but nobody can ever tell me that Nicole Effinger did not have something to do with that unaliving of that family. I mean, it's kind of tricky on the video when he was packing his stuff in the car. It looks like somebody else walked out before him, and everybody and her cell phone pinged off of the tower near his house, his home. Now, mind you, she does not live near him, and the job that they worked at, it was for him. I think it was maybe like a hour and something drive, and for her maybe just a little shorter distance. But what the mystery is with this case is, like she said, she just met Chris at the job. But what is so awkward about this case is that she researched Shanann like 2 years prior to them starting to mess around. I don't know. Something is missing, like in between there. It just does not. I love you back, Sapphire. Thank you. It does not make sense. I want to go over that, but there are a lot of people that are calling for them to reopen that case because never in history have I ever seen them allow a father to sit in a interrogation. They know sometimes they will let like a mother in to try to see if they can soften up the person they're interrogating, or a father or a loved one, somebody, if they say, oh, I'm close to them, because they're monitoring everything. So that sometimes they, I've seen them allow it in a lot of different cases and it's worked. Or like, maybe the parents say, I don't want to believe that you did this. Now, did you do this? And the person still has a lot of respect and love for their parents, so they may confess. But this thing, Nicole's father is not a law enforcement officer or anything like that. He's not an attorney. He's none of that. How he was able to sit in those interrogations and control those officers, that was an injustice. And the case got a lot of publicity, but it is not like it's a YSL case or a Cameron Reed case or the sheriff that unalived the judge. I forget what the name is right now. I definitely am interested in that one. There is a lot of cases that I just had. The Ronald Anthony Booger's case, I just did a rewind on that. And the good thing about, the nice thing about that, the court reporter is a subscriber of mine. I had no idea. And I don't know. And I want to say she came from Catnap Williams. But she came like to most of when I did the rewind, she was like, I can't believe that you're, rewinding this case. This is awesome. And then she's like, yeah, she said, I covered this case. I didn't understand what she said at first. And then she came back another time and she was the court reporter in the case. And she's like, there I am. And I'm like, I had no idea that you were the court reporter. I thought you just covered it. Like, it's not, no, she was the court reporter sitting in the courtroom. So I was excited to have her here watching the rewinds with us a lot. But Chris Watts, they definitely need to open up that case. There was so much wrong with that case. There was so much that points to Nicole being a participant in that case. And I think the way they cut it off, and they cut everybody off, they like just cut it off because he confessed. He had no other choice. How do you unalive your children? And not and Bella and Cece were beautiful little girls with such personality And I always get them confused. Which one is Bella and which one is Cece? The younger one was very feisty, like her mother, and the other one was more reserved, like Chris. And it's just a shame. It's a shame what Chris' family did after he was, arrested, trying to blame everybody else. They blamed Shanann. It was disheartening. I was over it. And so I normally like to always say and reserve forgiveness for people sometime if we can. It's a good thing to do. Um, but I have a hard time. I would have a hard time, and I'm just being honest, ever forgiving Chris Watts' mother. His dad, I think his dad is an awesome person. I think that, he's pushed around by his wife. I think that he's a big old teddy bear. And, but the mother, she did a lot of talking about Shanann. I was bothered by that. It bothered me greatly. I didn't like it. I understand that Chris is your child. I'm not trying to take that away from her. But to think that, no, your child never did this, but he did do it. I want to know, who are you taking the blame for? She came up with all these theories. She talked so bad about Shanann. For pity's sake, lady, your daughter-in-law is unalive. He shoved your grandchildren. Those are still your grandchildren. And put them in an oil well. If people really, really go and pull up the videos when they were trying to get those children's bodies out of those oil wells, you can, if you don't cry or have a sad moment, something is definitely not clicking with you. That is the worst thing that you can do to anybody, let alone your children. And that you had to force them down the hatch. I forget what size the hatch was, so I don't want to misspeak right now, but it was not that big. It was not that big. And his youngest daughter, like I said, I always get them mixed up. He put the young one in there first, and then he put the second one in there. And I need to brush up on the story because I forgot which one of them, but either way, it doesn't make a difference which one of them that it was. Either by him forcing her in there, or she bit the inside of her lip, like basically off. How can you do this to your children? And Shanann was pregnant with Nico Watts. Nico was the baby boy that was on the way. And it was done in such a heartless way that you separated the family. You didn't even allow them to even... The separation of the family, the way he disposed of them, because that's what he did. I don't wish that on anybody. You put one of your daughters in one tank, you put the other one in another tank, and you dug a shallow grave for Shanann and dumped her in there. And you're so dumb because you took the sheets off your bed and the way he just dumped her in there. So if anybody wants to hear an update, because he pled guilty, so they just had the sentencing hearing. But because it's a female investigator, I forget her name. I loved her though. I loved her for this case. Her and her partner that did the interrogation, they flew out to where he's serving his time at. Didn't tell him they were coming because they wanted to have another conversation with him. And I know that they wanted to have that conversation with him because they wanted to know, was Nicole involved? And he was still protecting her at the time. But now he's talking, but he had been talking to his roommate, and people are saying that it's not true. The roommate just wrote, I think he wrote 2 books about, being incarcerated with Chris, and people are saying that he did it for money. And there's also another older woman. She wrote a book too. She's claiming that the letters are from Chris. Very disturbing. But if you go and you can pull up, and you know what, maybe I will just review that part of it. Factual lie. Hey, factual lie. Welcome. This is a test, factual lie, and I'm about to head out. So Sapphire Ridge is here in the building. This is a test. I think I'm going to switch. This is on the screen. Meet Mini Survivor. Our Flesh of the Gods helped me with that. I think it's so awesome. So I was revealing it. Me and Sapphire Ridge was having the one-on-one, and I got all caught up in a case that they review. So yeah, Sapphire, I think I'm gonna just review when they flew to where Chris Watts is incarcerated at. They actually to hear him tell the story and to tell more than what he had told in the interrogation room is haunting, about Shanann's face, what he saw. Thank you, Factual Lie. I'm trying to make different content and bring great content, and so you can look and tell that I'm grateful to Flesh of the Gods for helping me with this, and now I know how to make it. Factual Lie, did you get so you are a member? I see it. She is also an emoji. Take advantage of using that emoji whenever I'm live. And I'm so grateful for Flesh of the Gods, and so I will be adding more emojis. This is just a new system that I'm testing out, and we couldn't get it to work before, and it just worked. So I wish Flesh, was up to see her when I revealed her, but he wasn't. But nonetheless, he'll see it tomorrow. I'm going to send him a message to tell him to come over here and look at it. Sapphire, I don't know about putting comments on the. Oh yeah, I can. Hold on. Let me just bring myself back up. Oh, I see that you had it. So yeah, wait a minute. Let me test this while you guys are here. Hi, hi, Factual Lie. It's me. So let me test it. I can. So let me see how it looks. I don't see it. Wait a minute. How does it? They told me to just hit it, and it will go. I don't know. I will learn. I do have somebody I'm supposed to be talking to tomorrow because. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, here it is. I got it. All right. So let's bring it up here and see. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you guys, I thank you guys so much for being here with me. I'm just crazy for something in the morning, and I'm up just testing the system and just chatting it up with Sapphire Ridge. Me and Sapphire Ridge. I love Sapphire, Ridge. With all my heart, he knows that, I know that he knows that, and so I thank you guys for being supporters of mine. And Factual Lie, did I say? Wait a minute. So Factual Lie is in UK, right? Factual Lie, you're in UK. I think Factual is from UK, and so I know, like, a lot of times she has to catch my stuff on the replay because of the time differences. But a lot of times, nonetheless, here, and I love it, and thank you so much. And so let me just chill on the Sapphire. Yes, the UK. I remember right because I know Loa is from Canada. And so I knew that you was, and I did talk about you in the beginning of the video about that. So let me put a comment up here from Sapphire Ridge to see. Okay, so it is pink. I like the little circle around. I think I'm going to try and do something with that. So this system factualized from it's Ecamm, and it only can be used with the Mac. So it's a decision that I have to, like, make because I am a Restream partner, and so if I'm not going to be like, I can use Restream through here. The only thing is that I definitely would want the Ecamm Pro package, and it's way less than the other streaming platforms. And so it's just crazy. And they have a whole community, and there's so many things, different things that you can do. Um, I'm a visual learner, so I kind of get a little frustrated. And Flesh of the Gods, he built his own computer. He calls this, I don't have a Macintosh. You guys need these Macintoshes. And I was cracking up like, Flesh of the Gods, okay. Just work with me because I had a laptop. This is an early Christmas gift for my husband. And so, yeah, love them so. And it was a surprise. So, yeah, it's all of the things. So, I think I'm definitely going to be switching over. I just need to learn how I created an overlay like for this area, but I don't know why I'm not grasping that. So I do have somebody that's said that they would help me with it. And so I'll get the basics down, some basic things that I want to use. Oh, let me show y'all something really, really cool. Now this is part of the Mac. So I see that it's on, so it should work. Because it disappeared the other day and I'm like, what is this? And I said, oh wow. So this is we're gonna celebrate for. Did she come down? No, you can't see it. That is crazy. Wow. And it'll probably show in the video though. I see it, but I'm on a different screen. It didn't come down here. Hold on, let me see. This is the live screen. It didn't come down here. But I have these now. See, and it works with Restream. But Restream is definitely worth the money. It's definitely worth the money because you don't have to have you just have to learn how their program works. You can stream to, depending on which package you choose. You can do a free one, and you can stream to other platforms, or you can do they have a step up. It's just like a pro for content creators or something like that. You can stream to, I think it's 10 different platforms, and then they have another package where you can stream to, I think it's 15, and then they have another package you build your own, but you can stream to 30 different social media platforms at once. I won't be streaming other. I don't even. Well, I do know. And they're all music platforms. So I do know they have like 20. No, they're not all music platforms. I'm sorry. So they have 24 social media platforms that I learned about, and I'm like, wait a minute. All I knew about was Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, now known as X, Facebook, YouTube. I know about Twitch. There was another platform that I'm on, but I never go over there. And I'm actually an ambassador. I don't know how they talk. How I was chosen for that. I'm going to start streaming over there though. I think it's great. They don't monitor your content like this. They don't. Everything is like if somebody red rum somebody, you can say the word. Because if we're watching a trial, they're saying a word over and over again, but a content creator is dinged on here for saying it. You can't say it. So the name of that platform is Fanbase. So I am going to start, live streaming over there. I can set up a room over there. It's a lot to do over there. So the reason why I haven't been using it, because it's a lot to learn. So I definitely am liking Ecamm like right now. And Ecamm, I can stream to so many different destinations. And the things that I see the guys do with it on YouTube, the videos they put up, I'm like, what? And they're like, okay, yeah, once you set it up, so this is the video talking. Well, once you set it up, all you got to do is hit one button. And I'm so intrigued. I just need somebody to help and show me what to do. I wish y'all could have seen what I just put down, but maybe it'll come out in the video anyway. Anywho, it is so late in the evening. So I'm in the evening. In the morning, I am going to let Mini Survivor, take us on out of here. And she says, thank you for joining. We are so glad that you enjoyed this test and you were here to test with us. And I think this is going to get a stamp of approval for me. And when I learn to put like other things together, it's going to really be great. But what you're watching is not a product of Ecamm, but it is a product of Flesh of the Gods teaching me how to make this my first animated character. And like, she's also an emoji, and we're going to be getting some new channel member emojis. I just need to, think about what I need to do in my head. I'm definitely making the FFS emoji over here. Like, he's been awesome, just donated so many memberships, and everybody has donated memberships. Sapphire Ridge, it had me crying. I think what was it, 2 weeks ago, Sapphire? Crying. I had no freaking idea. My daughter was on a trip and she said, Mom, could you send me some? I'm on a trip and I didn't, bring enough money, and they were buying. I said, well, why? I thought she had money because she has a part-time job. My daughter does. And so she didn't say she didn't have enough, but she had money, but she didn't have enough. So I'm like, that is not, the thing to do, because I always make sure she has extra money, but she has money in her account. I didn't look in her account that day to see what was in there, but nonetheless, I'm going to send my child some money. She's at the museum in Baltimore, and I go in the Cash App, and I'm like, I'm bawling, because people don't have to give, people don't have to watch, people don't have to buy memberships. They simply don't have to do that. And I've had people do things for me, but I'm a giver and I like giving. And just to make a long story short, I worked for a pharmaceutical company for 15 and a half years, and they laid me off. I thought it was 2 years ago, but it's actually 3 years ago now, because the job I'm at now, I've 2 years in February to be 2 years. So 3 years. I just saw that thumbs up go up. It comes up. I don't know. It's supposed to fly across the screen. I may not have something set up correctly, but I don't know if you saw it, but I see it. So they laid me off during COVID. I had been so like dedicated to this company, and like for them to like just shut it down the way they did, and not just the way they shut it down, but they also wanted us to train the company they were outsourcing our department to. I'm going to come to work and do my job to the best. It came through, so it might come through on a live, because I'm not seeing the live, and that's the reason why I actually did the test to see how it came up, how it looked on live, and I'm not seeing it, so I'll find out tomorrow. When I'm done, the live will appear. So I said, I'll come to work, I'll do my job like I have been doing for all of this time, but I'm not training the new company. So they did give us an option. Oh, we have an option for you. You can actually interview with the company that we're outsourcing this department to, and if they hire you, then, you'll have a job. So you want me to interview with them, keep the same equipment. I have been here 15 and a half years. I'm in one of the highest positions in this department. I mentor the people in the department. I help train the new trainees. all of that. The FDA is coming for inspections. I've been in front of the FDA. It is HE double hockey sticks to go do those things. They're so nerve wracking. So they pick like the best employees, because if you say one small thing to get the FDA looking, it can open up a whole can of worms. And I have been loyal to them. And for them to lay me off, well, not just me, like the whole department, but to so I had a conversation with the other company. So you want me to log in? Now I work for them, I don't work for you. And my pay is less than half of what I'm making? That's not logical and that does not make sense. No, thank you. You guys don't need to contact me any further to have a conversation with me any further. That, no, thank you. I'm not doing that. What does that look? What do I look like? Do I look like a fool? So I work for another pharmaceutical company right now. Um, I have more. Um, I have more work on my plate. I'm the subject matter expert in this department, and so the people kind of like they have to come to me. They're all doctors in this company that I work for. It's crazy. Like they're PharmDs. There are some medical doctors that work there too, but they are all PharmDs. So imagine I have 2 degrees. I didn't go to school to be a doctor. And so imagine you having to come to me and talk to me in the arrogance and stuff like that. But I'm pretty good with that. I've been like working in a pharmaceutical company for a long time. So I'm pretty good with that. By the time we finish having a conversation, like they love me. I'm not sure what you're used to, but I don't look at people's mistakes as a bad thing. I tell them that. It's a mistake. You're human. If nobody on this earth made a mistake, we would be God, right? Or, we would just be perfect. Who's perfect? Nobody. And I always tell them, it's the culture that there is the Indian culture. So the company is based in India, and I think it's about 7 or 8 of us that live here in the United States. And their culture is different. Good thing I paid attention, and I actually took 2. That was 2 electives for my degree. Like how if you're working like for a company that's in another a global company, like it's good to learn the culture of who you're working for, because it's not a thing of them, I think, or different other areas being nasty. It's just like the way they live is different than the way we live. So what's accepted, to them is not, acceptable, here. It's just a difference in the culture, and the cultures. I went to Canada, and it was just like, different from here. Even though we're so close, it was just different. I've been to different, like Jamaica. I mean, well, I not in the we didn't go out. I think we did. Me and my husband went out to the area, but we were with like the shuttle to see like the different things, and it's like, okay, so I'm glad to see this and experience this, because it's good to experience a lot of different things. But like, I'm ready to go back to the resort now. Thank you, please and thank you. But you get to see like these other areas and these cultures, and they explain things to you. And we were in the Bahamas, um, and the young man explained to us that they make red snapper, but they used to make it with the head attached on to it. And they had someone come there to visit, and they ordered the snapper, and they brought it out with the head on it, and the lady fainted. And so now they don't, and it's interesting that they said they don't now. They make sure that they cut the head off the snapper. But like if it's something like they cook in their home, they'll leave the head on. I know that my mother's American, but my father's from Haiti. So my father, that's something that, in their culture is, and in the Haitian culture as well. They'll cook a whole red snapper with the head on it. They eat some other stuff I don't eat. Like, I was, raised with my mother and stuff like that. And there's some things I'm just not willing to try. Even with some things my mother, like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of something called chitterlings. I will never try those things. I will never eat those things. It's just not something that I'm going to do. So I try to respect everybody's culture. But the main thing that I do tell them when I do speak to them is sometimes you have to be the teacher. Sometimes you have to be a student. And I told them, I love being a student more than I like being a teacher. Because every day is a learning lesson. You never stop learning. Ever. Anybody that thinks that they can't learn something from anybody else is a fool. And that is just my thought. And so, I try to be pleasant to people all the time. You never know what people are going through. And if you look at me, I don't look like what I've been through. I've been through a lot, so I'm grateful to be on this earth, and that's why I'm grateful to, it's overwhelming to me that, that of the support that I'm getting from YouTube. I never, in my wildest dreams would have ever thought that I would meet such nice people, and that we're able to connect virtually. And who knows, maybe one day we'll meet each other in the future. We don't know what it is. We don't know what life holds, right? But I couldn't have a better group of people that follow me and that are members and that support me. And I do, from the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to come on camera and say this because I'm such an emotional wreck sometimes. But I'm a G. I'm ahead of the Survivor Nation hybrid gang, But from the bottom of my heart, I do love you all. And that's, just a serious. I spend a lot of time here because I'm learning different things. And sometimes my husband is like, "You going to be on the computer late tonight?" And I'm like, And this when he's off, because he works overnight. So, he'll be coming in a couple of hours. Yes, I love my internet family too, Factual Lie. And some of them I love more than others. I mean, I'm just being honest because, but so much, it's just like, and so many people, like, I don't know, this YSL thing has brought us all, like, so much closer together. And I try to stay away from the noise. So when I go on Twitter, sometimes I'm bothered because it's just like anything goes on Twitter. And I was telling Sapphire Ridge, I went on Twitter last week and somebody said something to my Sapphire, and I was typing like, "Don't you?" And I'm like, I had to think about it. Like, Sapphire was able to hold his own. He sure was. He got it. And I said, okay, delete, delete, delete. I don't like that. Don't mess with Sapphire. Like, he has a right to his own opinion. It's you have to agree to disagree. We're not all going to like the same things. But you don't talk to somebody or tell somebody don't give him anything because he said that he doesn't have an issue with a young man and what his preference is. It's not the thing to do. I had to tell somebody that in the chat yesterday because I said I love Kayla Bumpus. What do you love about her? Also, okay, so I'm going to go on a rant here. You want to know what I know about her? All right, let me tell you. You got to do research on people. I don't care if she married Shannon Stillwell. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is she a good little attorney? I found out she was a DA first. Was she a good DA? I found out that she worked with Hilton first, but she left when Fani Willis came into office. She's very knowledgeable. She knows the law like the back of her hand. I was shocked. And I think Flesh of the Gods is going to cover that tomorrow because I asked them to. Well, today, where it is tomorrow, I asked them to and I sent them the link. And the way she answered those questions, I was like, it's so different than when she was on the stand. And now I know why. She had no idea what was going on with Woody. She only stood in because Melnick asked her to, just to make sure that they took care of him legally because remember he was pleading the fifth. So he asked her to stand in for him because, you know, I could call him a couple names, but I'm not. He's a judge. I think he needs to lose his bar card. That's just the way I feel. I don't want to see nobody without a job. But when when you watch those reruns and you really, really see the misconduct that happened with the YSL trial, it is unethical in every way. And Seti Nash has a unique personality. And that's everybody that has, you know, that is a content creator. But he has a way of saying what he wants to say and how he wants to say it. But Seti Nash, and I'm not sure I'm sure Thugger caught that. I mean, Thugger Daily caught that. I just didn't go back to see because Seti posted it recently and it happened to come up in my feed. I'm subscribed to him, but I go where my support. People support me. I make sure I have to support them first. And he put up a video and it's so clear. And I said, how was that missed? And I forgot about it. Glanville and Hilton had hand signs going on. He did it. The deputy walked over to Hilton. Glanville on the bench did something with his ear and did something like this. And then Hilton yanked on her ear and pushed her glasses up. And it's so obvious because they slowed it down. I said, oh my goodness, how much worse can this case get? Then we find out that Woody fired Kayla Bumpus in that ex parte meeting. So they already knew that when they came into court, Kayla was already fired. Woody had already fired her. I just found that out. I just found that, I know that Kayla lives in Texas. She only came to Georgia to do Melnick a favor and stand in for Woody for that reason only. And once he fired her, she should have been allowed to go back home. She should have been, remember when Hilton called Glanville uncle? Tell me about it. She should have been able to go home. Kayla should have been able to go home. She was on her way to the airport and they told her that Glanville said she's not released and she needs to be in the courtroom 9 o'clock the next morning. So she said that the day of the ex parte meeting, she was not on. They did not film her. She said she had on a suit. She didn't plan on staying here. She lives in Texas. So Texas and Georgia have some type of agreement. So she's barred in Georgia, but she still practices in Texas because of that agreement. So she's waiting to be barred in Texas, but she still will practice here. She says she does criminal cases and injury cases. That woman has been an attorney for almost, I believe it's either 25 or 30 years. You know, counting her time as a DA. She said it's a lie. No, she used to work with Hilton. But she said something that was very important and put a lot of things into perspective because we can all speculate about what we want to think. I never thought anything bad about Kayla Bumpus. I just thought it was odd that when she was on the stand, it was like, were you even in court that day? But I'm the type of person that I like to find out about people for myself. And so I watched her and listened to some of her lives that she does on Wednesdays. And what happened was she didn't know much about Woody's case. She was only there for that reason. She had no knowledge they were going to have an ex parte meeting. When she came into the courtroom, she said it was like she was ambushed and immediately brought into the judge's chambers. She's not the whistleblower. She's not mad at Sylvia for saying that because Sylvia was only reporting what she saw in the court. Kayla's very fair when it comes to talking about people and stuff that we're so mad about. She gives you a different reason of why things happened and why she reacted the way that she reacted. And like she said, she is an attorney. She is an attorney now for the defense. Like most of her clients are, she's defending them. And she can't just get mad like me or somebody else that's not an attorney with the prosecution. It's not going to fare well for her clients. So she's putting her clients first. She's like, because if my clients did commit a crime and now we're looking for some type of deal, but I have a gripe with the prosecutor, do you think that they're going to give him a fair shot at getting a good deal or give him a plea deal at all? No. So she said, professionally, I have to remain the way I am. I work with these people. They are my colleagues. They're not friends, but it's a professional relationship. She's absolutely right. And when she said that, I said, that makes so much more sense. And so she did this interview on the lead attorney's channel. And with him and AV, but they did too. So I did show a video yesterday, but I was like, this is not the video I was actually trying to show. So I found the right video, but I sent it to Flesh of the Gods because I wanted him to do it with all the extra stuff, that the bells and whistles that he has on there. And I'm more than likely will come up on the panel and just talk about that because I thought that interview was awesome. And she just showed, rattling off like the law, and I said, this is not the same Kayla that we saw. And she said she was so embarrassed. She had not made arrangements for her children in Texas because she didn't plan to stay here. She didn't have any extra clothes but what she wore to court the next day. She was embarrassed. So while the internet is attacking her, she's already embarrassed because that's not how she comes to court. And so, I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things about her. And so she does a show on Wednesday. It's called WTF with two other young ladies that are not attorneys. And one of the ladies met her, in person. They're friends now. And she said, I finally was like, okay, so you can't see me if I'm typing, right? Right now, it's like I'm making a typing motion. You can't see that I'm typing. So, you'll see Kayla on live and then you'll see her go offline. Or you'll see her like with this look on her face like she's not in the live. And the woman explained, she said, Kayla works all day long from that laptop and that phone. She said, so when she looks like she's spaced out, or she said Kayla is sitting there typing a motion or something, or she just got some info, like her client just reached out to her. She doesn't make them wait. She responds to them immediately. There is times that you have to file motions. You have a certain amount of time. There are deadlines, and sometimes those deadlines are just that you only have hours to do it. And so she said that the Wi-Fi in Fulton County sucks. So one day she needed to put in a motion for her client. Time was not on her side, so her computer wouldn't work. So she did it from her phone. She said when she was able to get connection and she looked, she was so upset because the typos. Now the lead attorney, the lead attorney he's a rough one to get by. He said he's read a lot of motions from attorneys, and he said he was like, oh my goodness, what school did you go to? And he said he's read several of Kayla's motions, and he said he was thoroughly impressed. He said her motions are impeccable. I do know they said that she gets a bail for a lot of people that think they can't get bail. Unrelated to the YSL trial. At the end of the day, she's a professional. She's an attorney. I'm all about woman empowerment. It doesn't make a difference what race, color, creed. I don't care. If you are a woman and you're doing something that is so great, I'm going to applaud you. We all have flaws. Give her some grace. So, I do, this person, bought a membership yesterday, and I'm pretty sure she's not going to renew, and I'm fine with it. But before you tear somebody down, and then one of the other mods said they liked her. Like I said, the mod can speak for herself. I'm just speaking for me. She's answering you in the comments. But I stopped what we're viewing to tell you, because you asked me a question, why I think that Kayla is awesome. And so I had to tell her she knows what she's doing. Her personal life is none of my business. I don't care about that. I don't. And that's where people get caught up. You want to care about the pictures that she puts up when she's on vacation and stuff like that. She works hard, so she prays harder. The girl has money. She's an attorney. She's been an attorney for 25 to 30 years. Don't you think she should have something? She has an office in Texas and an office in Georgia. So she left the DA and she started her own practice. So she has all two offices. So there's more to Kayla than just what people are saying on the internet. I don't really look at that stuff. I look at other things. I draw my own conclusions. And at the end of the day, if you're a woman, I'm going to give you your props. You're awesome to me. Like Ashley Merchant is awesome to me. The young lady, Nicole, I saw her on her Instagram videos. I had no idea that she was a part of this trial. I know that she did get arrested. I'm not sure what happened. There's a lot of people getting arrested because they're mixed up with this YSL case. If y'all noticed, you got like, when did y'all start arresting attorneys? But they said that she was charged with allegedly red rum or conspiracy to it and something else. I don't know. I thought that she was awesome when I saw her on Instagram. I'm like, who is this attorney? And she was talking about all the people that she got off, of charges, not guilty, and all this other stuff. Now she comes into the YSL trial, just like Melnick. I don't know if what he did is true. I've never read a transcript. I did see. I wasn't alive. I think somebody read his transcript. But at the same time, I still think that they played dirty and they did that. Because y'all kept trying to say that he wasn't Woody's attorney. He told y'all he wasn't Woody's attorney. That's not what they said. Fulton County likes to mince words. And if you are not somebody that can catch that, you're going to be messed up. Just like juror number 409. She needs to be, she should not be able to serve on anybody's jury ever again, even with the truth in her face, even with the facts. She said that she would have been a holdout juror if they let her into that jury room. But when Cat Knott Williams ate her up and got her together, stuff changed. Because Cat Knott Williams is going to come to you with facts. Because Cat Knott Williams breaks stuff down to her chat where they can understand. A lot of legal mumbo jumbo people don't understand. Cat does it nicely and makes it so simple for people to understand. And that's why she has so many people sitting in her chat. That's why she still has people. I told her, like, you're not getting rid of me. Yeah, it's just I'm gonna have to file charges or something. I'm gonna harass you. Where you going, Cat? You ain't going nowhere. I paid my membership. I'm gonna keep my membership paid. Where you going, Cat? Nowhere. But Cat is a beautiful person. It's rare that you find people like that. Where that you find people. I love Factual Live. You know I love you too. I love me some Sapphire Ridge. Don't play with Sapphire Ridge. I love my Flesh of the Gods. I love my Chadi, my FFF. The list just goes on and on. I love Becky Einhorn. I love what Divine. She was just in here the other day. Oh my gosh, I can't. That is a chemo moment for me, but I love her with the pink hair. She had her last name is Divine. Oh my God, that's gonna bother me. I love her. She was one of the first people that supported my channel. And without, I didn't even, like, from, just, I'm in Cat Williams chat. I'm in, Flesh of the Gods chat. And, like, she came in here and just, AOBD, love him. Me and him have a running joke together because I was calling him she at first. And I was like, wait a minute, reading is fundamental. It says April Neal's baby daddy. All right, I'm sorry. So I love everybody that comes into my chat or watches the replay, regardless of whether you're a membership or not, a member or not. Even if you're not, just hit the like button. It's free. I mean, donating is something that you can do. That's if you like, but I don't demand it. Some people, I do have some people that I watch, and they will turn their camera off until they get a certain amount of likes. They're like, I need to get 150 likes. They're bigger channels, of course. And then I'll come back when y'all acting like y'all got some sense and the likes are up. And I'm like, oh, wow. But the stuff that, that's being covered on this channel, I wouldn't stop watching him any other way. I always hit the like. If I'm visiting your channel and I'm a return visitor, I'm going to hit the like button. If I visit your channel and, like, I resonate with you, I'm going to donate if I have it. It's just the facts. But that's me. Everybody doesn't have to do that. It is a choice. But I don't understand going to people's channels over and over and over again and not hitting the like button. I don't understand that part, though. So it is what it is. But you like Kayla? I do. Yep, I do too. I love Kayla. As a matter of fact, Kayla and I have been conversing on Instagram and Messenger. She messages you, but if you ask her a question, she will answer you. If it's something that she can't answer, she's gonna just tell you, I can't answer that. I didn't ask her anything about the YSL case. It was nothing to do with YSL, nothing to do with none of that. Nothing to do with Shannon. I don't want to know about her personal business. That's her husband, that's her business. And the reason why I'm like that is because I have a husband. You really see my husband, you really see me share him on social media. I mean, I can. I mean, it's not nothing. He's not really a social media guy. He's not. So if I'm that way about my own husband, why do I care about whether or not she married Shannon Stillwell Jackson? And she did, because she changed her name. It's hyphenated, and that's her business. That still does not have anything to do with the fact that she is an awesome attorney. She grew up in Atlanta, so she does know a lot of people. She said that out of her mouth. You don't have to guess. People don't have to make up stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just, when somebody tells you something, go and find out. She's telling the everybody on YouTube. So now it's a problem that she has a YouTube channel. You know how many lawyers or attorneys that have YouTube channels? Yeah, they have YouTube channels. They're making 6 and 7 figures. I haven't even made $100 over YouTube. I'm monetized. Well, it's different parts to monetization. And so I didn't know. I knew about the first part, but I didn't know about the second part. But Cat Not Williams explained it to me really quickly. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I see. And that's how I know about it. But then once I got that second part of the monetization, there is another part to it nobody told me about. I haven't had anything come through there yet, but they put together like a whole little media kit for you. So like if a brand wants to reach out to you to sponsor a product or something like that, I knew about it, but I didn't know that YouTube has a whole section in the studio for that. And so yeah, so that part that it opens up, and in YouTube studios in the back in your own studio, YouTube really wants you to win. So, and a lot of times you'll make your money once you're monetized, from ads. So anybody that wants to like start a channel, I recommend it. The lead attorney will tell you guys to start a channel. He has courses. His courses to me, I don't think it was expensive at all for what the nuggets that he gives you. You have a lifetime like to keep logging in, and they said that he updates it. But I told him that today. Yesterday. I just told him. I said, I took your course and I binged it. I finished it in one day. He's like, what? The course is 18 hours. You did what? I sure did. I said, yeah, but I forgot to tell him. I took that. I did it 2 months ago. So what it is he always gives a code with a coupon for 200 and something dollars off of his course. And so his followers are like, some of them are saying still, I can't afford it. I don't have the money. So what did the lead do? I gotta give out the lead. That's my lead horn. What did the lead do? He looked it up and found what he can put on to make a payment plan. So you can't use the code to get the 200 and something dollars off, but you can use a payment plan. I think he did it for over like, is it 6 months? I think I got 4 or 5, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it was a shock factual lie. Yep, it was shocking, like to hear, but the way that it came out was so. And that's another reason why I'm so grateful for Cat Not Williams, because nobody had proof that it happened, right? And everybody was in Cat Not Williams like, oh my God, Kayla married shit, like all this other kind of stuff. And Cat's like, we have no proof of that. Allegedly that happened. I'm not going to say that because I don't have any proof. And I love that. Come to find out, there's an attorney that pulled the paperwork. The paperwork is not filed in Georgia because that's not where she got the license from. She got the license from Texas, and they had been married for a little minute before it came out. And the way it kind of came out, it was like the way it appeared to me, it was like an extortion thing. And I don't condone that. I don't condone that. When me and my husband got married, we got married in Jamaica on the beach. It was me and him, and one of my best friends. She crashed the wedding because the way my husband thinks, he's like, listen, he thinks that a wedding takes all the way to the intimacy and the love from people. And I understand why he's saying that. He explained that. And if that, he's like, if that's something that you want, then we can do it. But I don't really care, like, to do that. He's like, a lot of people come just like, to eat. And I was like, yeah, but to fellowship and have a good time, they do. But I really didn't care about it either. So, what we spent for the wedding was just as much as, if we would have had something here, like with a reception. And so, I mean, it was beautiful. Yeah, I love Cat for that. I'm not Cat. If I can't see it in black and white and all that stuff, Cat is not about that. Cat is not about that life. She's not doing it. So, yeah. So, we got married in Jamaica, Montego Bay. It's a resort, a 2-in-1 resort. We've been back. We've been back there like 2 times since. It's about time that we go back. We normally try to travel like 2 times a year, somewhere in the States, like next month, January, and then July is our anniversary. So we normally go out of the United States. To be honest, right now I'm a little scared to like kind of travel, but we haven't been anywhere. I want to say in about a year or two. I think two. We've been like in the states south, but it's nothing like going to a resort. We don't have to do anything but wake up, take a shower, go to the beach, eat, order room service, and like it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. Nothing like it. My passport needs more stamps. But yeah, yeah, we took a hit though because COVID happened. We traveled since COVID though. But COVID happened, like I said, I was laid off from my job, and it's just like, really? I have a mortgage, I have a child, and thank goodness for my husband because I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm on unemployment. I couldn't find a job. It was just a mess, and my husband was like, you don't worry about no mortgage, you know. You have enough to pay your credit card bills. Just worry about your credit card bills. Don't worry about a mortgage. Don't worry about water. Don't worry about heat. Don't worry about air. Worry about any of that. And I'm grateful to him for that. Jamaica is very beautiful. If you ever go back, go to Secrets in Montego Bay. Now it's 3 resorts in one. When we got married there, it was 2. The second time we went there, they still only had the 2. But the last time we went, they had added a resort inside. Oh my God. Um I love Secrets. The resort in Montego Bay where we got married at. And like my husband be like, let's go somewhere else. I'd be like, let's just go to the resort. Uh, let's just go to Jamaica to Montego Bay. He's like, all right. I said, remember, I don't know why, but we went to Mexico and I got sick. I know what it was though. I ate from a Japanese restaurant and I never eat at, really eat at and I tried something new and it just didn't. I had got so sick. And so I tell him all the time. I pick with him. I'm like, Mexico was taboo. I don't want to go there. But it was beautiful. The resort was beautiful. I do understand what happened to me. So it wasn't on the resort. It was just that I wasn't used to eating. It was some type of Japanese soup, but they had some like garnish and stuff in it. And I was like, oh wow, it looks good. I want to, try it. And yeah, he was like, so you sick? I'm like, listen, go to the beach. I'm fine. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here when you get back. But I'm sick. I can't leave this room because if I leave this room, it's going to be embarrassing for all involved. Go enjoy yourself for today. Tomorrow I should be all right, hopefully. So you did? Oh man, I bet you that was beautiful. Take me anywhere where the waters are blue and the sand is white. That's it. That's it for me. Take me there. So the last time we went to Jamaica was for our anniversary. We had dinner on the beach. Oh my goodness, they were playing a violin. They had like a fire lit, and like it was just us, like, because you had to make a reservation for it. But every time we go back there, we go to our room, they have this ribbon on it that says happy anniversary, returning something that says, and you get to bring them home because they tie on the door. It is just so cute. I love it there. So yeah, it's like, really? I'm now factual lie. Now I'm not going to lie to you. That's the devil action right there. I don't know if I can do that. I don't think that I'll be trying anything, and I'll try anything. You know, I'm a breast cancer survivor, so like, let me live. I've done a lot because of that reason. Things that I probably would have done anyway, but I'm my father's child, definitely. Uh, my father passed away. This is 2 years, 3 years ago. I had to go to therapy and everything. I believe in therapy. I don't think that there's anything wrong with going to therapy. I had to go to, therapy, and because I was like lost. But he knew, he had to know that it was it for him. During COVID, you fly. He had a house in Haiti on the beach. He flew there. He left. He tried to come home. Well, he scheduled his flight to come home on December 11th. And his birthday was on December 13th. He passed on the day that he was supposed to return home. So now imagine it's COVID. And it's me, and I have a brother and sister with my father. But imagine it's COVID and he passed away and he's in Haiti. So it's like, how, like, are they even going to ship him back here because of COVID? You know, it was so much what they did. They charged us $6,000 to have him shipped here. And it was just horrible. So, I had to go do, I got a counselor. I truly believe in it. And I tell all people, like, if you're not feeling well or, mentally, please, you may think it's crazy. It's not. It's not. I got therapy with he was a psychologist. He was a psychologist. He was a little Caucasian man. I loved him. When I tell you I love him, he got me to the place where I am today. And I'm talking about then it took a little while. But he wasn't no joke, and he knew what he was talking about. Because, I shared some things with him about my sister that, was going on with my father. And I was just so angry because she put on this big show when you don't have to do all that. We know you loved our father. We all loved him. But it's like, I'm telling you, Tyler Perry can just put the credits on it. He don't even need to do any cutting or anything and put the movie out. She'd get paid. It had got so bad that we were, trying to go to the car to go to the repass, and she falling out all over the place. So my husband was going to go bring the truck around. I told my husband, just step over her and go. And she acting. I mean, I know she loved my father, but you're acting at this point. If you want to be with him that bad, get in the casket with him. It don't take all that. Like, I was so mad. Yeah, people just don't understand. And so, my father, he was the type of person where if he passed away, he left means to be buried. That's a whole nother story in itself. I know there was an inheritance. My sister they think I'm crazy. I'm not dumb. Well, they don't think I'm crazy. They don't think I know. You got to watch what you're saying. It's a reason why I didn't mess with you before that. But for my father, what do you need me to do? I'm going to be there. She did some really wicked stuff to me during this whole thing with my father. I guess that was your last get that? But it's okay, though. I'm going to just pray for you. I'll see you if I see you outside. In my life, what I went through with breast cancer, my cutoff game is so strong, family or not. Because all blood is not family. She passed away 7 years ago. Oh, man. In Spain. Oh, no. Factual lie. Oh, wow. God bless you. I'm hoping that you're doing fine. And if not, get a mental health specialist, psychologist on the line. I do promote it. I've been through a lot, and that's what got me through. Not wanting to be on a lot of medication, not realizing how important like having like an interaction with somebody that's just listening to you without any basically without interrupting or without judgment. That's the word I'm looking for. um and then like also trained to help you get to where you need to be. So when my dad died and I went through mental the I started seeing a psychologist. When I was able to hang my dad's picture on the wall downstairs, I knew that I was okay. And so my psychologist, he's like, okay, so I don't think you're ready to go back to work or be released. But if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. And I told him, I think it's best, because if not, like I'll just be home like doing nothing. And every now and then I have a breakdown because yes, and my father, like my father was, he didn't live with me, but my father was like he was a real dad. Like the reason why, with my mother, one of the reasons why I am who I am today. Um, One of the reasons why, like, I am a legal hustler. Yeah, and I owe that to my father. Like, my father owned so many properties when I was young. Like, so if I was at my mother's waking up on a Saturday morning, I was up with like what kids do, here in America, eating a bowl of cereal, watching the cartoons. But if I was at my dad's, 5 a.m., everybody up in the shower, I need to go and open up the businesses. So he had a supermarket, a restaurant, he had a record store, and a bunch of property up above there and property in other places. So yeah, it's probably one of the reasons why I got my real estate license. House I live in now, I sold it to myself. I got my own commission. People are like, how is that? It's a thing. People, a lot of real estate agents do it all the time. You should try it. But yeah, it's people. People are so twisted in the mind. The attorney on the other side, his assistant, she took my name off of the contract and put my broker's name in New Jersey. I live in New Jersey, so in New Jersey, um, you have to have your license hung. It has to be hung under a broker. So it's no way around that. If somebody is selling a house where they buying and flipping it, they're not a real estate attorney. You have to have, like, I just thinking about it now, my continuing education. If I don't do it by April of 2025, I will have to go through it all again and to get my license again, and it's not easy. So there were so many different layers to me. People are like, how the heck did you do all this stuff? Listen, sometimes I sit back and reflect and ask myself the same thing. I don't know what other people believe in, but I believe in God. That's the only thing that I could tell people, and that's just that. I don't knock other people's religions. The only thing that I don't really care for is people that just don't believe in anything, that just believe that life happens. And I think there's a difference. So I think that you have some people that just like believe in like maybe like spirits or something like that. They still believe in a higher power, but then you have people that just don't believe at all. And I try not to say too much about that either, because you can offend somebody. So I try to stay away from religion, but I'm not ashamed to say that I'm a believer. I believe in God. So that's just it, and that's all that I can tell people. um I wrote a book about my journey with breast cancer, and I only left it to that: breast cancer, my journey with breast cancer, and what I did afterwards, which was on my bucket list. But to see everything else that I've done, well, you know what? That is a part of the book. Well, and to see everything, it's gratifying to me and overwhelming at the same time because I'm not trying to figure out, I know where it came from. I did a lot. Like I was I was working a full-time job and was a professional model at the same time. And I used to be in New York City like 3 to 4 times a week. I should be interviewing my best friend on, it's not an interview, it's like a talk. We do it sometime. He's a fashion designer. His name is Marco Hall. All I can tell you to do is Google him. He is awesome. He is so humble and down to earth. We've been friends since we were children. But when I started my modeling career, I didn't start it with him. But I end up, that's how we end up reuniting and being together again every single day because we did so much stuff together. And I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let you go because I know we've been on here talking, but you in the UK, and so it's probably like daytime for you there. I don't know what time it is. You lost your dad 10 years ago. So, oh my gosh, no, factual lie. Wow, you know what? I've lost. I've lost like uh after I had breast cancer, I lost like two people that were very instrumental in my life to breast cancer. It tore me up. It tore me up. One of my friends, she was a gospel singer. So she left us a gift. I get to hear her whenever I want to. The name of the album is on YouTube. It's called Greater Faith in You. Um, she had a beautiful voice. And just a lot happened with that, with the cancer thing. It was just a lot because it's a lot for me, especially when people say, you know what I'm going through, and I'm like, I don't. Everybody's journey is different. I didn't say that to her. I just said to her, this is not about me, Kelly. I'm fine. This is about you. And she's like, I just want to be a survivor like you. To hear somebody say that to you, it ripped me apart, and I had to stay in there like stoic. And then her husband came and he brought the kids. And then what she said to me then, it was like, what did you just say? Because she had a hard time talking. Her husband said, yeah, the doctor said she has 6 months to a year to live. 2 weeks later, I went to the hospital one more time to see her. My daughter was 12 at the time. She was like, I want to see Miss Kelly. I want to see Miss Kelly. And I'm like, I don't think you should see Miss Kelly. When I got to the hospital, she was in crisis. That's why. So I was like, it was hard for me to hear that. And I was in the hallway and I walked down the hall and I just broke down. Like, it was hard for me. And they were trying to get her comfortable at the time. So I went in there and she's like, oh my goodness, you made it. And I said, yeah, you told me the other day that I could come by the house and see you. And she was like, I know they got me on so much medication. I'm sorry. You don't have to apologize for that. I said, I just was out just making sure, like, I reach out to you first before I show up. And you didn't answer. So I, told you that I would let you know when I was on my way home. If you saw the message, let me know. I'd be right over. And she was like, I've been here. I've been here. I've been here in the hospital. They never let me release me. And so it was just crazy. She passed away. Awesome actor, awesome singer, awesome director. She did it all. And I I've always believed in God. I'm not going to say but this is just another testament to me that God is real. Her son, Kai, was 3 or 4. 3 or 4. he was diagnosed with leukemia. He had chemotherapy. He didn't lose a hair on his head. He didn't look sick. You could not tell. She didn't tell the people in church that her son was battling cancer. But I know what her prayer was. God, if you heal my son, take me instead. I'm a loyal and faithful servant of yours. I've been on this earth for a long time, but my son, he has not experienced anything. So heal my son and take me. And when I tell you, I've never seen anybody go through cancer treatment the way her son did. Nothing was out of place. He was in church every Sunday, waving his little arms like he do, being mean to people that he didn't care for. Nothing changed. But that was a prayer that I know that she prayed. Everybody don't know that, but I do. And so to me, it's just a testament that God is real. We don't see him. He could be amongst us. We don't know that. I mean, it's just, people believe what they want to believe, but I believe in God. There's a lot of things that happen. It's the reason why I do. And the one thing was when I was diagnosed with cancer. Nobody can tell me God is real. I couldn't eat, but every morning I used to play this healing CD. It was my breakfast. It was my food in the morning, every morning. And my mother would stay with me. My daughter was 5 months old when I was diagnosed. So if I had chemo, my mother would stay with me for 3 or 4 days just to make sure. My daughter was a kicker. She used to just kick. It was a lot. My son was 13, of course. He can't take care of baby. It was a lot for him to, my mother has cancer. Like, it's unheard of. So, yeah. 2 people. Yeah, so, yeah. You just recently found out about Rick Simpson oil. It can do wonders with cancer in and out. Let me tell you something about diet. It's absolutely true. It is absolutely true. And that's a whole nother story in itself. But it's true. Even if you get a juicer, I had started having like a lot of inflammation because I was diagnosed with arthritis. Like maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. Could be 5. It went on for a long time. I was having a hard time walking. YouTube was my outlet. Nobody on YouTube knew that I was going through this. I was having a hard time walking. I just felt like my life was just like, I'm just here. Like I can't hardly walk. Like it would take me like 7 to 10 minutes just to stand and walk from, this is my office and my bedroom is, not too far from here. Or to even like to use the thank goodness we have a bathroom upstairs and downstairs. But to be honest with you, I never really went downstairs at all during that time. So YouTube was a great outlet for me. And they could never pinpoint like what's wrong. So what I did was I had bought a juicer and never used it. So I started. I like Wegmans. Wegmans. If they're not telling the truth, I don't think they aren't. But a lot of their like fish and stuff, they don't. They say a lot of stores grow like fish and shrimp, like, and they shoot them with like all these antibiotics. None of their meats or anything have antibiotics in it. And like I really, really like Wegmans. A lot of people think that they're expensive, but to me, I mean, food is expensive nowadays anyway, but juicing is very expensive. So I started juicing, buying like all organic fruits, and the inflammation started going down, and I started, not being able to walk like normal, but it was a lot better. It was a lot more tolerable than what it was. And so I started juicing, and that is what helped. I mean, and it wasn't, I had just got organic green apples, organic ginger, um, organic um, parsley. I used to put mint in it. Um, I would put 2 tablespoons of Bragg's apple cider vinegar um, in there. Carrots. I don't even like beets, but I would put beets in there because like it would. Um, you couldn't taste the beets. I just don't like beets because I don't like the way they smell. But they're good for different reasons. So I would use that, and some pineapple. I definitely will put that in it too, and blackberries. I would switch the recipe sometime though, but it helped a lot, a lot. And so now, I'm good now. I have aches every now and then, but nothing that I would harp on, not like it was then. So I'm grateful for that. And so I'm grateful for a lot of things. Just I'm grateful for anything that happens for me. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for anything that happens for everybody else. Regardless as to what other people think, I am grateful for anybody. Like when I see people winning on YouTube, it's I celebrate. Also, what's for you is for you. What's for me is for me. Let's see what 2025 has, because 2024 sucked. I'm joking, but I'm not. Yeah, so it's true. Um, it's true. Now, the alkaline diet, I have started drinking alkaline water. To be honest with you, I haven't been drinking water like I should, and but I have been like, drinking more than I have. But you can definitely feel the difference. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. But that's something to look at. Rick Simpson oil. Where Factual Lie, where do they sell it at? Do you know? I'm gonna look it up on Google. I'll Google it so I can see. I'm interested in that. I'm interested, to see. And so, is it just for cancer, or I'm wondering if it's for other aches? I'm interested in that. I'm gonna look it up though. I see it here, Rick Simpson. It'll still be here. So anyway, guys, I was on here. It was a test. Sapphire Ridge came over here. We started kicking it. Then my girl Factual Lie is here. Google is best. It is. So Factual Lie is here, from the UK. She's a supporter. She one of my members. And I love all of my members, subscribers, supporters, people watching from the bushes, whoever you are. I have an amazing, amazing, amazing group of mods. Oh, really? That sucks. Nah. So yeah, it's probably, you know what, even like, for like, so my book is on Amazon, right? And so you like kind of like you check a button that says that the book can be sold in other countries. And I want to, it's something about, it's the UK, and there's a couple other countries where they gave me a breakdown, like it's something that they wouldn't be able to. I forgot what it is, but I'm like, I guess every place is different, and some places like you just can't. So I think it was something that they told me I needed to get in order to sell it over there, but I'm just like probably. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up and see. I'm pretty sure that there's somewhere that I think it was something that they told me I had to get, and I just was like, you know what? I was just so happy to release the book. Um and it was the last thing on my bucket list from when I was diagnosed with cancer, that I just was like, you know what? Wherever they sell it, they sell it. I don't know how that works if you have like Kindle. It's not on Audible. You know what? And I think that's what I'm going to do next. Little well, I no, this right here is a project for me. I'm working on some stuff. I need to stay focused and get this right first, so I can bring better content and in different ways. So yeah, I'm not gonna dive into Audible just yet, because you can hire a professional person to read your book, on to be the voice for your book on Audible, if you want to upload it there, or you can do it yourself. My cancer diagnosis and journey was so personal to me, I would rather read it myself on Audible. But they kind of made it kind of like complicated. I didn't look. The book came out on April 17th. I'm actually going to add to the book, because after I released it, I'm like, I could have done so much more. Um, I try not to overwhelm myself. I tell people, listen, I've never gotten a diagnosis, but I diagnosed myself with adult ADHD. Listen, if I don't say, sit here and do this, I had 5 or 6 projects started. And I'm like, oh, I was supposed to do that. I have something that I was been trying to post to Instagram for 2 days. I have not posted it. But it's not all me though. It's because they don't want me to post it. So it's just like, come on, I can post the video, but I have to post the song with it to make the video make sense for people. And so, yeah, this is today makes day 3. I'm going to do it today. That's just that. I have to do it today. But I have to devote time to also trying to perfect what I'm trying to give, to the people. And a lot of stuff wasn't working for me, and now it's working. And I'm grateful for that. And I like I said, I took a course, the lead attorney's course. And yesterday I was struggle streaming. That's what I call it. Struggle streaming. My second monitor wouldn't come on. And I'm like, I had to reschedule this live. I promised my subscribers and members that I was going to come and do this. I am going to go on. I don't care how late it is, but I had to make sure my daughter got home safe first. She works part-time. She's had a summer job, and they kept her on for the school year as a part-time worker. So I'm proud of her and grateful for that. But I need to make sure my daughter gets, to work and home, safe. So today now, like, everything's working, but this system is new to me. And so I'm learning while you're learning. And thank you so much for sitting here with me. Sapphire Ridge went to bed. He said, Sapphire Ridge said, I'm going to bed. Sapphire Ridge went to bed. And Factualize, always a pleasure spending time with you when you stop by. And I tell people, like, listen, Factualize not here right now. Like, yeah, we may get Factual Live, but a lot of times she catches my replays, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you for that. I am going to reveal the secret one more time. I see it's 2 other people that it looks like they're in the bushes, but it's okay. I'm going to show them because I'm so proud of it, and I'm going to be building from here. Like I said, shout out to my mods. Shout out to Flesh of the Gods. He's not. He's like he's family now. We suck like Chuck. He's a hybrid, one of the hybrid gangs. To the biggest gang, Catnap Williams, Queen Slime. And you know, I'm a hybrid gang over here, Survivor Nation. We're a hybrid gang. I hope they'll come and lock us up. We joking, but it's kind of real. You know what I'm saying? And so then, shout out to the lead because I was just giving lead his flowers, right? Because like I think it's awesome that he's going through so much right now, but he's going through with so much pride and still delivering his content. He's hilarious. And shout out to the lead today because I just want to give Lead his flowers, say hi to him. I like to donate and love on people that I appreciate. He's not somebody that supports me in that way. He doesn't know me. But if you take his course, you understand that he gives you this tool. I can't give it away because you got to pay for it. If I had to pay for it, you got to pay for it. There's other people. I don't know who they are. I'm not giving this information away for free because that wouldn't be right, would it? No, I'm not doing that. But if you take the course, you will understand. And so I just went over there and showed him some love today. He showed the love right back. And just today, I have 100 and something new subscribers. Thanks to the lead. Let me play the lead horn over here. That's the lead air horn. That's what I'm naming it. So shout out to the lead. Shout out to Flesh of the Freaking Gods. I'm telling you, if you are not subscribed to Flesh of the Gods, I don't know what you're waiting for. You're missing out. If you're not subscribed to Catnap Williams, you are missing out if you are into true crime and investigations. Now, let me tell you where to go to get some comedic relief. I need you to go over there to Talks with 2K. It's T like Tom, UKAY. He's a bigger YouTuber. But shout out to 2K because it doesn't make a difference how big he is. He gets his blessing from talking to smaller YouTubers or midway YouTubers. You can call into his show. He'll talk to you. You can text him. He will text you back unless he's busy. So he was on a flight today. Yesterday wasn't, well, it was yesterday because we on a different day. Yesterday wasn't a good day for him. So he didn't want to go live, but he did. He's funny as heck. And a lot of things he say, I'm just going to tell you, if you're listening, take it with a grain of salt because he'll have a straight face and you will think that he's telling the truth, and you're like, is this man really sitting on here saying, and people believe him? He's joking. It's jokes. He's hilarious. That's 2K. Talks for 2K. I have a mod. She goes by the name of Melanie Jones Said So. Now she ain't been in a live in a minute, but she's my very first mod. She has a ranch. Go on over there, subscribe to Melanie Jones Said So. But let me give you the disclaimer. I'm Survivor Speaks. She's Melanie Jones Says So. She's from New York. If you go over there with the mess, I'm just telling you, she gonna give it to you. So I'm just telling you, follow her. Melanie Jones Said So. She's also Mel After Dark. It is definitely not a children's show. Make sure the kids is in the bed. That's why it's called Melanie After Dark. And I think she just started a new channel. Well, I don't think I know, but I don't want to jack it up because it's Queens of, I don't know what it is, so I don't want to give you the wrong thing. Follow her. She has dope content, but sometimes a lot of people come to her channel and they go at it. So when I'm feeling that, I feel like watching the content that's the mess. But Melanie also does other content on current news, what's going on in New York. She'll show you New York. and stuff like that. Awesome content she does. She's the clip queen, but her clips fit so well with her content. Love her down. And one day she'll pop in here. You'll know who she is because she's gonna come in here and she just starts dropping links. That's my girl. And I love her. That's my sister. We have another connection. That's our business. We have another connection. We didn't know we had the connection. Like I said, I meet people on my own to find out who they are. I don't take other people's word just because I'm not. It's not. I'm not a. I'm not a cliquish kind of girl. I like who I like. I like a lot of people. Doesn't make a difference where you're from. So, anybody else that I left out? Oh, and I do have to say, because I like his content. And he is so funny. I told him that he is going to give me, he's going to give me a heart attack one day. Because it's good that I get to dance because of his new intro song. But the official King Pain, I love King Pain. I don't know what other things people have against King. I don't know. I don't care about that. I do enjoy his content. So the official King Pain, I love him. He also has a channel called the Lituation Network because he started his own network. And I love him. And I watch a bunch of different content creators and that I really like. But then when I becoming a content creator, I can't be in everybody's chat all the time. I will never be able to make content. And in order to keep your monetization and and be monetized and be able to give some things to your audience, I have to make content. Sometimes I gotta go live. I don't feel like it. But anywho, right now I'm about to show you Mini Survivor. I'm very proud. Flesh of the Gods actually walked me through this. So this is the first of many things that I'm going to be adding to the show. Mini Survivor is also a channel emoji for the members. And so yesterday we had a ball because this part of it was not. We couldn't. When I went live, Flesh was like, "Wait, no luck, no, I couldn't. It didn't work, Flesh." But the emoji was there yesterday, and I love the FFS and Shy Diggy, and they kept just dropping it. And Flesh of the Gods, they kept just dropping it, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, Shy Diggy, you was Flesh of the Gods too?" So Flesh made Chai Diggy her own emoji, and it's beautiful, and I love it. So I made this with through his direction. I was able to get through it, but everything about Mini Survivor is just I think it's so cute. She's so cute. And so, yeah, I got some things in the work. I'm going to be bringing some different type of content. But like I said, I'm testing out a new system because my husband blessed me with an iMac. And I love him down for that. I didn't know I was getting it. And so Ecamm is a streaming software that works with Macs only. And I've heard so many people rave about it and things like that. And so I'm really, really trying to put together something where I'm not struggle streaming anymore, and also bringing you some different things. Like my mind always is on go, and so and that's one of the things that I worked on. Like sit down and get her done. That's how I got my book done. I had to I locked myself here. And this is Survivor Studios. I locked myself here in Survivor Studios, and on the weekend, get the book done. And I did it. So there you are. The book is on Amazon. If you want to support me, you can. I know that you do see my merch shop. Just to let you know, my merch shop, most of the proceeds from that merch shop go to a family that's caring for a cancer patient. It was inspired, and I started it because of a cancer patient. Not breast cancer. It doesn't have to be breast cancer. Just any cancer patient. I donate, the majority of the proceeds to them. So like right now I'm really focused on one family. They've been going through it for a minute. And so, if you get a chance, check it out. As a matter of fact, I think I need to go on there and just do a little sale. Ain't Christmas is coming up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go on there and change some things. I don't hold any inventory here, anything that you see of mine, which I normally don't even tell you I'm wearing it. This is not any of my merch. It's something my daughter bought me. This is one of my tea mugs that I broke the handle on yesterday. I was showing. I'm so mad about I broke it. It says Beyond the Chemo Room, my pink is black. That is my podcast that I really just said, you know what? I just all use it all intertwined. Okay. But I love you all. Thank you for watching. I'm going to bring Mini Survivor up, and then I'm gonna let Mini Survivor in the show, is because I end my shows the same way all the time, regardless of whether it's a test or not. Okay? So facts for a lie. I will be in Flesh of the Gods tomorrow. He's going to be covering some like great things from the YSL trial. So he starts at 8, from 8 to 12. Depending on how bad FFS and the rest of the mods is cutting up over there. Sometimes I have to just click out because I'll be laughing so hard. My stomach be hurting. I'll be doubled over, having to use the bathroom. It gets crazy in the comments. And Chloe Alberts. Oh my goodness. Prayer out to Chloe Alberts. Even though she comes in and out, she is currently going through something. She's getting better, but she's currently going through something. So prayers up to Chloe Alberts. Okay? I'm gonna bring Mini Survivor on. I've been here. I wasn't supposed to be here this long. I was testing the system. It was like 4 something in the morning. Y'all see all the sleep I'm losing trying to bring the better content, trying to upstep my game up a little bit. Y'all see this? I don't have no border on this little picture here. Really? Wait a minute. I thought Shannon was home. I thought that Shannon was home. So see, when I talk to Kayla, or when I told you I talked to her on IG, I don't ask her anything about Shannon. That's not none of my business. I don't ask her. If I see it, I see it. When I tell you I have been messing with this computer, I went to work. I left early. I wasn't feeling too well. I left early. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to go to bed. Let me try to, hone in on this. I see what I got to do to make it work, but I'm supposed to be meeting with somebody tomorrow just quickly to tell me about, like, this Ecamm thing is next level, and how to set my Stream Deck up so I can just press a button and whatever I want, whatever is next, it all comes into place. Like, it's really, really, but factual lie. So 2 hours, I will be on Cat Not Williams because I know she's going to cover it. And so I only watch like YSL trials at Cat Not Williams, and then I do my reruns over there on Flesh of the Gods. But yeah, I'll be over there in Cat Not Williams. Thank you for telling me that, because I didn't even know. I am so laser focused on trying to like get a minimal of things set up. It is a lot with this computer. A lot comes with it. And so it's like it's a whole new learning experience for me. I had the laptop, but a Mac laptop is definitely different. So, yeah. And the other 5 defendants are in court today too. But you know what? Okay, so how many more is it? Because, oh, you know what? So those other 5, but I thought it was 6. Maybe he said no. All right, because remember the state filed a motion to drop all of the charges and I'm believing that it's these 5. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. You know what? I gotta do something. I can't say that on live, but I'm gonna go to sleep and get up. What time is it? Let me see what time. It's 6:44. Oh my goodness. So yeah, 2 hours. That's 6:44 here. That's like, so what is it? Is it 9 o'clock? 6, 7? No, that's 8 o'clock. No, that's 9 o'clock. So it's 9 o'clock our time. Who took a plea? I was there when I was there when what is his last name? Murphy took a plea. His last name is Murphy, right? Because the attorney's last name is Miller. She used to be a DA in Fulton County. I was there when he took his plea because his phonetics was off the hook. Like even Petty Page was like, "Oh wow, that was interesting." Like, ooh, like he got all. First of all, I wasn't expecting his voice to be so deep when he started talking. I was like, "Ooh, oh wow, he need to when he get out, he need to go get a job on the radio." Ooh, wow, he would have the ladies waiting up at light for that night for him to talk. Oh my goodness, and he spoke so intelligently and eloquently. Oh my goodness, I loved it. I watched that video probably about 4 or 5 times. It was just awesome what he did with his phonetics. You know, do you ask for a spelling with phonetics? He gave it to you. Somebody say, I think he stood up in the mirror all night long and practiced that. Don't hate on this man now. They already got y'all thinking that there are a bunch of animals in here. Stop. Just because they in here for this don't mean they're intelligent. Now, had Fulton County charged them correctly, they may be in jail for crimes they committed. But the reason why y'all lost and lost so bad, because everything is fabricated. So now y'all charging another person with Jamel Drake unaliving, make it make sense, factual lie. I can't make no sense out of it. I can't. I feel bad for those families that lost their loved ones because y'all did not do a proper investigation to find out who unalived their children, regardless as to what they was into in the street. You owed them a due diligence. Now, why would you tell them? Why would they have Nuts family? And excuse me right now because I can't. His real name is escaping me right now. Why would you have his family come to court where Jeffrey Williams is going to possibly take a plea deal? He didn't take a plea deal when they let us back in the court. They were still talking about it because Stilton Adams didn't want him to take a plea deal. So he had to talk with him. And I don't like to talk to too many people about Jeffrey taking a plea because I respect it. He did what he needed to do for his children. He lost so much while incarcerated. He lost his children's mother. Well, one of them. He lost his sister. Rich homie Quan, regardless as how the state tried to paint that out in court. His house. He sold one of his houses and didn't get the value for it that he should have got. So there's a lot, and I respect why he took his plea. I have nothing to say about that. But the one thing that people can't say about Jeffrey Williams, y'all better not ever fix your mouth to call him a snitch. Don't ever fix your mouth to say that man don't stand 10 toes down on business. And before all of this happened, he's such a philanthropist. Regardless of what people want to believe or give him credit for, he is. And so, growing up, he had nothing like a lot of little kids didn't. But as he became something, he tried to give those people that were out there doing something a legal way to get out. They did not want it, some of them. But the courts made sure they kept that out. Or anything that he did for somebody, they tried to say that he did it in furtherance of the YSL gang. Why would Jeffrey Williams need anybody to pay $25 to be a part of YSL? Jeffrey Williams needs to sue Fulton County also. And I'm going to tell you how we know that the whole case is bogus, especially when it comes to Jeffrey. First of all, y'all didn't really have no evidence on him. So that's why y'all pulled this RICO mess. But how does he get a plea? Tell me, how does he get a plea and then you amend it. You just amended his plea last week. Jeffrey been home, what, like a month and something now? Why? I've never heard of a judge going in and amending a plea once she gives it out. But Petty Page found out what the state is really all about. She put her foot down, because at first I used to call her Whitfield. That's Whitaker and Glanville mixed together. How many chances are you going to give them? How many times are you going to let lie and love disrespect this courtroom? Huh? How many times are you going to allow each and every one of your investigators to get on that stand and perjure themselves and get called out by the freaking defense, because they're not really used to dealing with defense attorneys like this? They're not really used to dealing with people that care about their clients the way these people show, the way these lawyers show that they cared about their clients. They were not used to that. And anybody that didn't watch that trial, you have brothers, uncles, cousins, anybody, even the women. How was it that one of your investigators was sexually harassing one of the female witnesses? They got the proof in the text messages. My mind is blown. How? What are they going to do? Who's going to replace Detective Thornton? He got thrown out of the courtroom by Whitaker, and she said that he couldn't come back. It's a lot that a lot of people are missing. Yeah, you need to tune in. And now that we're going backwards to when Glanville was on the stand, how the heck did you know in that illegal ex parte meeting that you had with Woody that Woody fired Kayla Bumpus in that ex parte meeting? You come into the courtroom and act like Woody didn't fire her, like you didn't have this private meeting. Girl, it is just too much. But I'm going to continue to watch, because we all need to. Our rights depend on it right now. And it's not just Fulton County, it's everywhere. So I'm not going to talk about the other case that Fannie messed up, but you messed up a whole case that you had a real one. It was a real case. It's against the law to call somebody and say, I just need you to find me so that I can. That's illegal. I'm not even going to name them. If you know, you know. But that is illegal. But thanks to Fonnie Willett, where is those watch, Fonnie? Viverito, did you sell the watch and get that botched BBL? Or did you trade the watch for the botched BBL? Which one? You was the last one. You took a picture with the watch. Got on the stand and lied and said that you didn't know nothing about a Richard Mille and you ain't know nothing about how much they cost. Doug Weinstein was like, okay, so you didn't know? No, I don't know. Watches a watch. I've been to so many different cases. Nobody want to hear you, labor on and on, be labor, keep talking. Nobody wants to hear that, Viverito. He asked you a question. You don't never answer yes or no. Kokomo, roll that tape, please. Oh, wow. So I'm taking the pictures. Oh, this is some expensive jewelry. This is expensive. While you're holding the missing Richard Mille watch, baby. Get out of the bushes, Viverito. We know you got the watch. We know nobody can tell me Viverito got the watch. My eyes saw her. She was the last one with it. Her explanation as to what she did with the watch makes absolutely no sense. And nobody asked her the question. Thank God that Doug kept asking the question, but nobody asked her the question. Where was the Richard Mille watch when you found it? When you picked it up to take the picture of it as evidence that it was being confiscated, where did you find it? That's a good question. You know why? Because you gave such a broad answer of what happened to it after you took a picture with it. I put it in the closet on the right-hand side, in the back, in the corner, and forgot about it. And I turned the house over to Mr. Williams Sr., Jeffrey Williams Sr., and I forgot the other person's name. So now you're trying to say that Jeffrey Williams' father needed to steal. He don't need to steal nothing from him because his son gonna give him whatever the freak he wants, desires, and he gets his own stuff also. So what are we talking about here? That's too much of an explanation to me. She's still somewhere crying in the bushes because they lost his case because you didn't do your job. And the next time you talk about people, please don't talk about them like they're a bunch of freaking animals. Oh, I observed them, from the bushes with binoculars in their own habitat. That's some shit I hear on a freaking animal channel. Those are not animals. Those are people. Those are someone's sons. Those are somebody's father. And their attorneys got, every last one of them got up there and said, my client is not innocent, but my client is not guilty of these charges. The people that committed these crimes on the street, I gave them freaking immunity. You can tell that if you watch the trial. You can tell who did what. Period, point blank in the story. You gave those people immunity. Pat yourself on the back, losers. I don't care how many people take a plea. It's a win in your eyes. It's a loss. Shout out to Bruce Harvey for explaining the difference between a RICO and a conspiracy to commit a RICO. It is two different things. Thank you, Bruce Harvey, for educating us and letting me know. Because I didn't know. I thought a RICO was a RICO. That's not the case. Jeffrey Williams is not charged with a RICO or head of the gang like y'all tried to charge him with. Okay? And shout out to Brian Steele, the newest model for Spider. Fire. Genius. Brilliant. Jeffrey Williams. Y'all mess with all that man's businesses in that courtroom. God knew best. He not finished with y'all yet. Oh, Factual Lie. Did you hear? Donovan Thomas. Thank you, Factual Lie. But did you hear? Did you hear about Miss Brown? Miss Brown left Line Love and their team. He now works with Atkins under Abate. When they brought that old lady into court, yeah, I'm about to go out too, Factual Lie. When they brought that old lady into court and terrorized her, that was the dirtiest thing I've ever seen in a long time. Screw Fulton County. You did not have to bring them people in there. But shout out to Woody for pushing her into the courtroom the way he did. That was ingenious. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna show y'all Mini Survivor. I'm going to show y'all Mini Survivor. That's my daughter. She's coming in here getting ready for school. Show y'all Mini Survivor. She's going to take the show out. Here she goes. All right, y'all. Now, I'm going to end the show the way I normally end it. Make sure that you get your mammograms, fill your boobies, and make sure that you are all right. All right. And don't you dare let anybody come into your house and disturb the peace that passes all understanding. I am Mini Survivor on behalf of Survivor Speaks, and I will see you guys in the next upload or in those Twitter streets or on these YouTube streets in in somebody's chat. All right. Don't you let nobody come into your house and disturb the peace that passes all understanding. I love you all. Thank you for being with this. This was a test. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much. Peace out.
cycle. I just might though, just like a Michael. Mama gone now, I'm thinking death is now we entitled. And it was me versus me, them battles had to fight through.